hyperspace, I run the law. Bastards draw no time to stall. Smugglers, deals, and shady calls. Scoundrels thrive where shadows fall. Ice cold, hot monsters, icy too. Bounty hunters on the move. Hidden treasure schemes to prove. Outlaws chase what they can't lose. Rogues and rebels side by side. In the galaxy we hide. Danger comes, but we won't slide. Scoundrels creed, we're born to ride. Dark side rises, credits fall. Smugglers answering every call. Bounty postmen take it all. Legends forging shadows tall. Master fire lights the night. Outlaws move just out of sight. In the chaos we survive, guided by the need to thrive. Reyes lanes to Endor's moon. Great and glory our fortunes loom. Crossing paths with every swoon. In a galaxy's darkened room. Rebels plotting, scoundrels play. Hustle hard, we make our way. Starships soon, no time to sway. In the void we carve our day. Rogues and rebels side by side. In the galaxy we hide. Danger comes, but we won't slide. Scoundrels creed, we're born to ride. Stars collide and engines roar. Through the black we'll seek out more. In the end we'll fight for more. For freedom's light forevermore. Stars collide and engines roar. Through the black we'll seek out more. In the end we'll fight for lore. For freedom's light forevermore. Rogues and rebels side by side. In the galaxy we hide. Danger comes, but we won't slide. Scoundrels creed, we're born to ride. Scoundrels, bounty hunters, smugglers bold. In the galaxy stories our tales are told. Through the void and stars our legend unfolds. In the Star Wars saga our spirit holds.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this night's episode 11, A New Home. Let's get our picture up here. Ho ho! It's us! Surprise! Look at these. I was told that our overlay sucks, and we need to work on that. So there may be a new overlay in the near future if I ever get free time. Welcome. It's been a while since we got to play. I apologize for missing last week. Sickness and the like. Today is our Valentine's Day episode, by the way, since it's the week of. So prepare to fall in love. This downside is you're going to be talking to me the entire time because I have voiced all the NPCs. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get recaps and catch people up and all that fun stuff. We don't got any new characters or players tonight, so it's the crew, and I'm very happy to have you all here. So what we do last time? Give it a quick summary. Who wants to quick summarize? RJ's frozen. Can't be him. He's stuck in action pose. We see him running off screen.
Well, we had a little downtime. Went looking into doing some doing some bounties.
Reason for?
There you go. And I think you froze again.
Yeah, your connection's not so great. You got thunderstorms going on or something tonight?
No. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay, sounds good. All right, shit talker can begin now. Just kidding.
So we went to go hit up a facility that was, I believe, building ships, if I'm not mistaken.
So it was an old CF production facility that was both crafting ships and CF robots?
Yep.
Dog barking.
And they had a bunch of vulture and hyena uh, vessels or droids.
Both. They are both
Um,
technically. They are droids that are vessels.
that's fair. Um, yeah, so we checked out the shipyard. We tried to do some Sly stuff. Sly doesn't really work with us too well, so we fell back into the demolition aspect. Blew some stuff up, killed some people. Eventually commandeered some vehicles and headed out back up into space to do our getaway.
Perfect. Hey, give me a second. I hear noises. I'll be right back.
Virulene also control alt deleted the brains
Yeah.
via bullets, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I rolled a good enough computer's check to just delete everything.
And a couple stealth assassin moves. While I was this whole time just taking a shit. And when I stepped out of the bathroom, everything had went to shit, and everybody was killing each other. And then we all escaped separately on. We all escaped separately on different spaceships out of said facility, and then fought other people via spaceship combat. Wombat.
Oh.
You are muted, Roger.
You
Everything
are
you
100%.
say is
Yep.
gone.
No, it's good. None of it was important. Anyway, I apologize for not being here. It was my wife bringing me food, so not someone escaping or someone getting in, but just wife being good wife. Wahaha. So all that being said, we escaped. We made it back home. We have a couple of new ships. You guys were able to commandeer one of the vulture droids that is currently being brained by our handy dandy droid. Well, one of our handy dandy droids. The other handy dandy droid is in the other ship we stole, which is a phantom transport ship. And we are back on Polis Massa. Kinda.
I got legs.
Did you get what? You broke up on every word you just said. It's gonna be a rough night. I apologize
If
already.
you can hear us,
We can hear
you had to eject out of your ship. Okay.
Oh.
He had to eject out of the chat.
Right, just like he ejected out of his made-up ship. We had
What was my ship's name again?
It is a Phantom class shuttle, I think. Something class shuttle. I want to say Phantom class shuttle. For anyone that's watched Rebels, it's the ship that replaced the escape pod on the Ghost. Sapita class transport shuttle. That's what it is. Sapita class. Sapita. Definitely saying that word wrong, but that's okay. It should be in our notes somewhere. RJ,
Did my leg get fixed? Do I have legs? Can I walk?
Your legs have been fixed.
Okay.
As of last session, you got just regular prosthetics, right? Because we didn't cut off the other leg to
Yeah.
give you the increase. It was just regular prosthetics.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Just regular legs for now.
For now.
Boring old prosthetic limbs.
They're gonna say the excitement of last session is we had to grab you in space because you had to jump out of your tri-fighter because it was 3 tri-fighters shoved together to be one giant thing, and none of them had hyperdrive. So since we didn't have a ship big enough to pick you up and take you away, you had to jump into space and pray that one of us grabbed you before you floated off into nothingness, which we did and hit into warp drive, and we are literally at Polis Massa. I'm gonna do a roll that I haven't done with you guys before to see how long you have a rest before something else happens. Right?
Did I already give you your force points?
Not
Did I
yet.
miss that?
We'll get to that. This will be during our quote unquote resting or recovery. We'll get that figured out. So you guys have had a whopping break for 9 days. So a little over a week of not doing anything. Your loot and spoils is going well. And you have received a council call there, Fade, and you've been briefed on a mission. You are free to bring one of your crewmates with you so they can interact and be at this council meeting, or you could go by yourself. The choice is yours.
Junk.
All right, the robots are going together. Fantastic. Now, before we get going, let's do our force points before I forget, like RJ pointed out. The DM rolled one black, and then me as a character rolled black. So a total of 2 black. We'll meet 2 dark side to start. I heard Fade before we started talking also had 2 in the dark side. We're sitting at 4 dark side.
2 light side for me.
All right. Some light to our shenanigans.
Way to break it up.
Right?
It's a 2 dark side from Junk.
Dang! Okay, so usually we are the opposite of this, so it's going to be a fun session so far. DM's going to get to be mean. 1
light.
Okay, all right. And last but not least,
Be proud of me. I did the right dice.
You did the right dice? Heck yeah. And down at the bottom down there, Beerling or Jasper?
1 dark.
1 dark. All right, keeping things spicy this session. All right. Now that that's out the way. Percentile roll. Dun, 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 dun. We're all here, so it's a full gambit of our things. Though that still gives us about a 15% chance of nothing happening. 100. Hey guys, guess what doesn't happen?
Woo!
Anything. I was like, okay. Oh, all the odds. All right, we're good. No shenanigans. No major connection to any of you. So no way to bring down your obligation, but also no forced interaction because of it. Let's see what else we got here. That's all of our intro stuff. So, cutscene. Junk and our Fandy Dandy Fade enter the war room, right? You see Gunter and our other cabinet members. Gunter is kind of leading the charge and yelling at people, and as soon as you walk in, he says, all right, I got everyone here. Misa has a proposal, and Fade, well, you've been relaxing. You are the last to find out. But we are expanding, whether these fools like it or not.
Fade just both arms up. Roger, roger.
See, I knew we would break the tie. Fantastic. So, now that the tie has been broken, I look to the rest of you, and we will be sending 4 groups out of the base here, consisting of 4 squads, whatever, and gaining new places, new bases, new places to be. It's nice having a large base here, along with the small supply chain that we've made in the Pulis Masa minefields. But it's getting crowded here. We have too many people, and it's starting to get dangerous, especially with, he points at Fade, Yusa causing all the explosions and pissing off the Imperials and the rebels and every other faction that isn't on our side.
We must become a bigger side.
Exact. See? Miso like this. So, now that we have agreed, and he kind of waves at 2 of them. We have agreed that we will send 4 groups out. Fade, since you seem to be causing the most trouble, you will be leading 1 group. I will be leading 1 group. He points at the other member that agreed with him, which was who, Fade? Who is he pointing at? For the other 2 people that will be going on the groups.
Okay. The first one.
You know the race that you're able to spend XP and now you get a mouth. Otherwise, you're just talking telepathically to people.
No, I've not seen that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a much shorter race. I think it's one of them named, I don't know, like Galf. I don't know.
Okay. So we have a Galf, and who's the other one?
We'll go with Betty.
Betty, the Tordarian?
Yeah.
All right, so the Chordarian looks very annoyed, which leaves your Duos council member, which I don't remember his name, but he will be in charge of the base here. So from here on out, he's going to be the asteroid commander, as he has politely given himself the title of. But you now know that you are tasked with creating a new home base for yourself and your section of crew. You will know that our Polismasa community that we currently have has about 400 members in it at this point, so it's pretty stacked. You know what I mean? The little community that supports us is pretty much at max capacity for dealing with us on this air base that we're in currently. So that being the case, they're looking to expand somewhere, basically anywhere else we can put our influence down. So it'll kind of be on you guys to make something of who you want to be. With that information, they kind of send you out on your own. They don't have any suggestions, they don't have any things, and this kind of explains what you guys have been doing for the last week, is scouting ideas and places and so on and so forth. But near the end of the week, you get a little ding ding on your ISB communicator. Quintet pops up on the line. Before I run off, Junk, did you have anything to say, or were you just listening?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, on our way back, Junk would say to Fade.
So I've been thinking about this. They say that we've been causing problems with the Imperial forces. What if, to show our solidarity, we took over a Star Destroyer and made that our new base?
Were you reading my mind?
Oh my god.
In time, we're gonna need a lot more people than what this place has to keep on running.
We're gonna need a bigger ship.
You guys are great. I just want you to know I do appreciate you. Anyway, Quintet pops up on the line.
Hello, Fred.
Hello.
Always good to hear your little robotic voice. I have been interesting assignmently. Well, two, if you really want.
Roger.
Okay, the first one is the rebel soul. Somewhat near solstice that we want you to infiltrate. Becomes friends with yada yada yada. And secondarily, I need you to steal a ship from said planet.
Roger.
The rebels recently stole the Spitfire class. We're gonna say Spitfire class. The Spitfire class. Imperial shuttle. It's a pretty big ship. We don't know where it went. We're gonna need you to infiltrate the rebels, become their friends, whatever you need to do to get the information on where that is. And secondarily, because of all the weaknesses and vulnerabilities in these silly ships, I'd have to do something to steal another one shortly after it is finished being built. And the weaknesses that they keep putting in these stupid ships. If you can steal a ship with your crew or split a larger version of your crew, it'll move to the higher level that they need more security and more technical knowledge into these ships, protecting them in the future from any damage. But until that happens, they're going the previous commandeering fluke.
Roger.
So I will be sending you.
Can you take off the voice mod?
I will be sending you some codes. I just warn you, they're what you would call sticky. They don't want them to be on programs.
Within the next day or two, you are sent a set of these Imperial codes that seem to look like they freeze all the systems and reboot them to where they are non-functional, right? So it basically kills the ship for a minute, allowing you to get past any of the Imperial security that could impede you from flying it away.
Is this information just across the Imperial network or specifically for this ship?
Otherwise, they're going to get a lot more than what they're bargaining for.
So as of now, the code that he sent you is specifically for this style of ship.
Okay.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
I would probably. I don't know. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I think that's something for.
I found the name of it. So it's a quasar fire quasar fire 1 and 2 carrier class.
Gotcha. Quasar fire class. Yep. Escort.
Yeah, quasar fire class cruiser. That is what it is. There's versions 1 and 2, and I don't really see a big difference between them. They're both big triangle ships that hold lots of other ships.
So, just to clarify, he wants us to take one of these?
Yep, to prove it can be done, because it's only ever been done once so far, and if it happens again, especially a new model that just came off the line, it'll prove that his work on getting them better secured is worth it. And what's one ship in the grand scheme of things, if he can stop, hundreds of other ships being stolen over the years.
And how big is this ship compared to the hot one that we took?
Way bigger. So this ship is 380 something meters. It has a crew capacity of 250 crew plus 150 soldiers, like regiment size, and it holds anywhere from 46 to 96 ships. It's basically 4 hangar bays welded together, attached to a triangle-shaped engine.
Yeah.
This sounds like the kind of ship you would steal before you would steal a Star Destroyer.
That's what it sounds like, and I think it is
Exactly,
the type of ship that is a good start to a fleet.
It feels like a perfect mobile base that we were just talking about.
I was going to say, that's why I love you guys, because you guys were you were there, you were ahead of my points for today, so thanks for that.
Definitely, though.
This sounds like a good stepping stone.
Roger.
The downside...
Although I do believe we will need more liberation.
Right. The downside is there's no way your crew can fly this with just the 6 of us. Even on skeleton crew status, you need at least 25. And even that's like, you guys won't sleep until it gets somewhere safe kind of thing. A better crew...
So we have to invade this...
Well, you're gonna need to acquire a crew. They've optimally at least 100, because the 250 is so you have rotations. A minimum of 25, a good number is 50, and then a maximum of brain fart here. Sorry, 250 plus soldiers if you really want them. But then again, this is going to be a fresh, brand new ship. It probably won't have other ships in it. You will just be stealing the giant Quasar class ship by itself. But
okay,
while you're talking to Run about this, I assume he's going to tell you that this is a pain in the butt to would-be fly anyway. Again, it's a cruiser class ship. It's the biggest thing anyone's flown, and you need at least 10 of those people need to be legitimate pilots to run this thing. Not to mention the comm officers and all that fun stuff that you might be able to live without, because we're not necessarily going to be talking to anybody.
So, Run, in that case, do you know of anywhere in this side of the galaxy where a lot of good pilots or crew members might be converging?
Look, man, you go to any space bar out there, you're going to find a pilot sitting there, right? It's really just putting out where we need to go. I think more importantly, it might be time for us to call in a favor from one of our other crews. Or I look at Fade here, or you talk to the council and see if you can commandeer a quarter of our members to fill out the ranks of the ship. I mean,
we could do that, or we could go back to that planet we were just on, see if we can liberate all of.
I hear you and your liberation talks, and I appreciate that, sir. But there's so many other things there that would kick our ass before we get a chance. We barely escaped that planet with our lives. They have way more cruisers than we have. and if we somehow succeed on taking the factory, they're just gonna blow us up from space.
I have a question.
We take the machine.
Could we like copy multiple versions of Fade and instill them in other robots? And like then have multiple pilots via robot wise?
What are we, the CIS?
I'm just asking, right? Like could we do that to functionally operate the ship with less crew members, right?
So,
Or like
sure.
have a better autopilot set feature essentially.
So I
And
mean,
then
that's a little
as for
broad.
like actual members, or pilots, we could possibly hire
Cutting in and out.
Roger.
Yeah, Roger, you're completely cut out right now.
I wasn't saying anything.
No, what you said before.
Oh, weird.
Like dropped.
Okay. I was letting Younger finish his statement, but I was saying it's just a tad bit derogatory towards the droids, right? They're pilots. They're just robot people, right? Wink, wink, smiley face. They're boss and junk. And yeah, you could do that, but we'd still then have to buy 50 to 100 droids, and that's a little illegal and maybe hard to do. And we may have burned some bridges on our last mission at the one factory that we really know about. And to be fair, that factory was more of a ship factory than a battle droid factory.
Now, boss,
And then
I know you might be inclined to ask the council for help, but chances are they will only offer people that are loyal specifically to the council, to the organization. It might be in our best interest if we ever need to skirt some rules to hire our own crew.
What do you think we are? Feudal Japan? There's no loyalty in this crew. It's whoever pays. If Fade pays, he's the boss. That's how it works, right?
Right, but if we get a crew on loan from other members of the council, then they wouldn't be specifically loyal to Fade. They would be loyal to the organization and the council as a whole.
But so
I would like you all to know that I spent most of my money on other droids. I do not have the funds unless we sell my new ship to be able to afford paying.
Is there any labor on the ship that needs to be done that isn't necessarily robotically inclined, like unskilled laborers?
What about the Wookiees we saved?
That's what I'm saying. Like unskilled, like I could lead the unskilled laborers, and possibly even put them into a semi-skilled training regiment, but I don't have any, skills to actually teach them besides how to cut people up into pieces.
Right. So I mean, they could fill the infantry slots, but we need a minimum of 25 people that know what they're doing. And if we're only having 25, they better be very good at what they do, right? They better be my skill level / Fade skill level kind of people. And those people don't come cheap. If we want cheaper people, we'll need more of them because they'll need to fill in more spots to cover for each other. Again, breakdown for you guys. Minimum crew of 25 people to include yourselves. Okay crew, 50. A good crew that'll last for a while is about 100 people. And then if we jump all the way up to 250 and full crew it up, we won't have any problems flying this thing because we'll have mechanics, we'll have engineers, we'll have people, all the spots that are filled. What are you doing there, sir? Excuse me 10 seconds.
Fade's about to sell the new ship that we have to go buy 50 droids.
Well, and just as a note with those droids, you know what I mean, they're going to be basic level B1, so they're going to need upgrades and things to get the piloting skills.
Yep.
How much can you get for that ship?
Because I found it, it's a speed transport class. The ship is a total of 120,000 credits.
What do you think about going and finding bounty hunters about piloting and troop?
Yeah, that was Junk's suggestion, was hiring people.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. So
10 seconds here, sorry. You guys keep talking this out.
I was saying hire the local version, or what I want. Another thing I wanted to mention was just hiring like the semi truck drivers of this universe.
like Space Trucker Bruce.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like oh yeah, like go into like legitimate like business style deal where it's like, oh okay, like Pilots Anonymous or whatever.
Yeah,
like
but
shipment.
they're also going to be on the ship with us when we take the ship.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that's why I was wondering, like, where is like the biggest like what planet might be most notorious for good pilots?
I mean, Corellia is always a good place. Kuwait is always a choice. I mean, we could go into Coruscant. There's thousands and thousands of pilots there. It's really where do you guys want to go?
Probably a bigger network in Coruscant,
I want
right?
to put a job application out on LinkedIn, you know, for all of the pilots to find us.
I feel like
They also said something about infiltrating the rebellion, right?
Right. There's a local rebel cell on Solstice, which is close to where the ship is being built, that he wants you to connect with, so you can, just so he knows how they stole it the first time, basically. But you can make friends there. There are also a whole bunch of other contacts that you guys have made at this point to kind of get you more people, right? And it might behoove you to start chasing those contacts down and making some wheeling and dealing stuff, right? Instead of blowing your way through things, this might be a time for social skills to take the lead.
Oh no!
Which is not where Spade is good at.
When social skill fails, you still pew your way through things. But this is where we reach out to our contacts with the Hutts or the Crimson Dawn or the Black Suns, or all those people that we are semi-favorable with or unfavorable with, and kind of get our, hey, we need people, and don't necessarily tell them.
Motorcycles.
I'd say Jasper could contact the Circle
Plus 3
Corporation,
victims.
but he certainly does not want to. Also, the Circuit Corporation would want, they'd probably give it to us, but we all would be under their thumb.
Right. So if we look at our current relationships, right, with the other known groups, the Hutts are a known negative, right? So all they do for us is they share dangerous rumors, right? You're probably not going to get a lot of friends from the Hutts. Circuit Corporation is great plus, right? So they will aid for the correct cost. The Ordnance Corps, right, is we're loved, right? They will aid when able. So anytime they can help us, they will. So I would caution you guys being super hesitant to use their assistance, because they're probably your best ally currently. They're literally on your team. There's no reason not to trust them. They're people that you guys have been dealing with for considerable amounts of time, right? If you're worried about loyalty stuff, the council isn't fractured, at least not at this point, right? Because they're all living in the same place. When we start building other bases, there might be some Kingpin-esque scenarios. But as of now, everyone's hunky dory. Everyone's ordinance is ordinance. Let's see what else. The Rebels is bad. You guys are on a bad reputation. So they will sell you things, but only when they have a large surplus that they need to get rid of. The ISB on the regular level, you guys are just known about, so there's no negatives or positives. The pikes are a good plus, right? Which means they give you guys good contracts, right? They're almost in the great section, which is where they start giving assistance and discounts and things like that. So working with the pikes might be a solid choice to make some friends and connections and contacts there because it's pretty close. The Black Suns are a known plus, so they're happy to share rumors with you. The Crimson Suns are the same thing. They're happy to share rumors with you, which might be, hey, where can we find a whole bunch of pilots or crewmates? We're trying to pull off a job, right?
The rebels, we could probably gain some favor with them if we're planning on stealing.
Yeah,
Goddamn, if we're planning
we're
on
trying to
stealing.
take from their enemy, so I think they might be interested enough to be like,
Yeah.
we'll give you a hint. Though I will also just like talk to the council and be like, hey, so our plan is to make a moving base, and we need a bit of a crew to make that work.
All right, let me roll a light side, dark side point. Let's see what they have to say to you. All right, so they shut you down immediately because they don't want the majority of the rest of the hooligans knowing about the new home bases yet, right? They haven't leaked proof the system enough that they don't want it getting out into the world that they're expanding. And literally only the people in the council and their close crews know, right? The ones that, but if you can commandeer said floating base without giving away too many details, they will happily fill it with. Let me roll me a I don't know. Give me a light side point or a light side roll.
Light side roll.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, so is that just the white die and that's it?
Yep, all by itself.
I got 2 light side.
Okay, the best you could do. So if you can, brain fart here. Sorry. If you can get a crew, they'll give you 162 people that they've already kind of pre-assigned to wherever you land.
Wow.
It seems as if, and I would go back to the crew and be like, well, it seems as if the best thing we can do is maybe get 50 okay people and then go from there. I do not like seeing people run ragged.
Well, 50 plus people is doable. That's still a lot. That's a pretty big crew.
Mm-hmm. And they will not be helping us. But plus side, they will help us once we have.
Sounds
Right, because they don't want to put any effort into doing the actual thing itself. We do all the work, and then they sit and reap the reward, and then say, "Oh, here you go. Here's this thing for doing it." Not, "Hey, let us help you achieve it."
Wherever we were setting up base, we were getting that amount of. So
I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about the council putting people in our base.
Gunther saved my life, reactivated me after the wars.
I
I
have a
trust him
question.
with my best.
Would it be possible that this mission that we got from the Mister at the ISB, since we are so small, if there's any other equally scumbag ISB agents who are pilots who could help us pull off this mission that work under his command? Like, even if it's just for the initial getting the deal, right?
No, because that was the entire point of him coming to us.
he
Yeah,
might be concerned with them getting connected back to him.
Yeah, remember, most of the ISB is on the quote unquote up and up, right? They're spies, but they're spies for the Empire.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, are there any other Black Project versions of the ISB that operate underneath this guy's direct authority that know that he's a scumbag, right? And do scumbag things for this guy, right?
You have no idea. And honestly, that's probably not something he would expose to you guys at this point. You guys have only known him for a month or two.
This is true. However, I think it seems unlikely that he's acting independently. Personally, like just as an individual, you know, it probably has a left right hand guy, small team or something to help keep his business under the radar. And that it might be a possibility because asking a group of 6 or 9 people to accomplish a 50 to 100 person job seems like a far stretch without the ability to make it more possible, right?
I hear you.
To be fair, he kind of seems like that sounds like a you problem sort of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it, if it serves his best interest, also want to help
Right.
facilitate it as much as possible?
Right,
Right.
but if we fail, it's also no skin off his back.
I say he has already done so by giving us the wipe code.
Yeah. That is also true.
Right. So to
Just thought.
explain the code that he sent, it also basically disables the Imperial tracking. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, you guys won't make it off planet and immediately fight a Star Destroyer kind of thing unless you really goop up.
Yeah, for sure. Junk is like combing through that code, making sure
Ooh,
it's.
are you?
Yeah, like making sure it's 1000% valid. If there's any like stuff that he would individually be able to track, like keeping tabs on us or anything like that, he like Junk is making sure that whatever we do with this code, it is to get the ship and to not give him any more information on us.
All right. So, DM is going to give you a chance to rescind that idea.
Rescind the idea. Rescind the idea. Rescind the idea.
I only say this because I specifically said it is sticky code and you were told not to mess with it.
That was a bit rough to hear through the voice mod, probably.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, so the code is quote unquote sticky. Don't mess with it.
What does it mean, sticky?
That's just what he says. The implication is whatever you guys think it could be. But this is an intelligent ISB officer that has made a code that can shut down a miniaturized Star Destroyer. You know what I mean? Something that's a third of the size of a Star Destroyer gets taken out by whatever's in this code. It might be a good time to listen. But I'm not going to stop you from doing so. It is a possible check. But just be warned.
I don't like the idea of him being able to track us and to if we get that ship, I don't want something being placed in the systems where he has total eyes and ears everything we do on that ship. Cuz that little fucking robot he put in the Lambda, the little tiny droid he put in the Lambda is not going to cut it on that big ship. So if he's already got an idea to keep eyes on us in the Lambda, he's gonna have eyes on us in the in that carrier. So,
All right. So this is.
I mean that I will bring it up to I will have Junk bring it up to Fade, and Junk will take Fade's vote in this into consideration. But this is definitely something that Junk thinks that we need to do, or we're gonna be under surveillance 24/7, which also means the ordinance information being leaked out 24/7.
Good idea. I do not know enough of the inner working of codes such as this. I trust you in your decision making. I believe you can do it safely then do so. If you do not believe you can do it safely, then it's better we have our junk alive rather than dead.
I never do anything safely.
So, just a question for the DM.
Okay.
Is it possible for junk to be able to know the probability of the difficulty level of this task and or potential scope of how damaging it could be on a fuck up?
Sure. I will gladly give that information to you, player to DM. So this is a impossible check, so you'll have to spend a force die. It'll be 5 red dice.
Oh, red.
And the possibility of fuck up is major character issues, especially because you're a droid.
Because like I don't think people understand. Like Junk would have to like internalize that code basically and
Yeah.
dissect it. It wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm gonna pull out this piece of paper and look it over. It's encrypted.
Yeah. And it's a lot.
Um,
It'll take you like a whole day to decode it, whether you pass or fail.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm always down.
So I'm gonna burn
Yeah.
a light side point so you can even attempt it.
Gonna burn you alive. It's just gonna fry you from the inside out.
If Junk dies, this is how it's gonna go. Okay. Okay.
That would be unfortunate. You got a backup ready.
Though, as a note, you do get to downgrade
Right.
the difficulty by 1, so it's actually 4 red and 1 purple because of your abilities. Or do you get 2 for decoding?
So Codebreaker decreased difficulty of checks by 1 per rank.
Okay.
So I have 2 in Codebreaker.
Okay, so I digress. 3 red, 2 purple.
Okay. And I think that is everything. Yeah, you're not adding any setback dice or anything like that. So
I could, but I don't want to because I want you to succeed. So DM's gonna be nice on the first check of the day.
okay, so 2 purple and 3 red. Correct?
Yep. Versus your like 5 yellow.
Close.
My God, is he up to 6 yellow now?
No. I'm not up to 6 yet. I'm at 4 yellow, 1 green right now.
My God, it's Jason Bourne.
Right.
And hold on.
God, it's junk. Junk garbage. Anyway.
Because there's something else I get to do, and I can't remember what it is. Hold on.
Name at my cat. Nice.
Oh,
My
I
gaming buddy.
will make a note for your character though. Even succeeding on this might have consequences depending on how many setbacks you have as well. So just as a side note.
Right.
Those won't kill you, but they may cause issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta double check something on the slicer thing because I did something and now I can't find it.
Hey, when that happens. RJ, are you alive over there? You've been muted and spinning circle of death for a hot minute now.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to keep my usage down so that I hear you guys. You keep breaking in and out.
Gotcha. Yeah, you keep freezing on our end. I would just kill your video for now, and we'll just rock without it. That way, you get a little bit extra.
Right.
Whatchamacallit?
Oh, okay. I remember what it was. It wasn't a skill. It's an item. I have a data breaker, which adds 2 boost dice as well.
Hell yeah.
Rook, I gotta show you OBS Ninja so you're able to do cameras like that. So for people that have rougher internet, it'll allow them with Discord to not be throttled and having a tougher time with like hearing us and stuff like that.
Okay.
So only the people that are able to actually handle like having their cameras like put into whatever it needs to be put in can do it that way.
I already posted it in the chat, but 4 successes, 1 advantage.
Fucking love
Did
you,
you roll
John.
Did you roll the negative dice?
The 3 reds and the 2 purple? Yeah.
Look at that. That's wonderful.
God damn, John, get it.
I was like, I get blue dice. I get blue dice for something. I'm pretty sure this is it. And it's like, yeah, data breaker. If you have data breakers, it gives you and normally I get just 1 boost dice, but I get 2 since I have the data breakers.
I'm gonna play your theme song now because great job. I was afraid I was about to kill your character. All right, so
Me too.
let's see here. Yeah, all right, cool beans. We're definitely we'll play the song later. Don't let me forget. I need to take a break to deal with that. But what was it? Stuff and things. Your comb through takes a whole day worth of just you sitting on the Lambda or wherever somewhere safe, compiling and decompiling and decoding. And you fry yourself about 3 times, but magically restart and keep going. You know that you have probably burnt out, I don't know, 3 or 4 of your internal processors, and will need replacements within the next week or whatever. But you succeed. And it was what, 4 successes, 1 advantage?
4 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, so you gather 3 extra pieces of information and don't die. So, what 3 things would you like to know about this code specifically? And do one by one, and I will just answer as you go.
Okay, so first is I would like the fuck, what, sorry, it's basically like the thumbprint. I want the thumbprint of the guy who did this.
Okay, so you know that Quintet wrote this himself.
Oh,
This is a
Damn.
Quintet. There's a reason he's in the spot that he's at. This man is smart.
okay, so that's one. I wanted that because I wanted to be able to identify it and other things if necessary. The other thing, so the other thing I want to know is this code also have something in there that is going to track our comms or locations?
So as you look for basically malware that's embedded into the code, you see it has basically the opposite effect, where it basically fries all of the external systems. So the way it was described to you is it kind of just shut the ship down, whereas this burns the ship out.
Okay, so instead of like a reboot, it's a full factory reset.
Yeah, and then some. Like, you probably will have to replace some equipment post stealing this thing if you use the code.
Okay. Is there anything else that anybody else wants for the third one?
Is this editable?
I would
Like,
say
can it be edited? Can we have Junk rewrite the burning of certain certain systems and whatnot?
So
I think the burning of the systems is what's going to give us the full run of the ship without it being tracked.
yeah,
Like,
I would say
I'm talking like the hardware components that it would be burning out, not of the software components that it's resetting.
So it's a code, so it's 100%. This is just DM. I'm not even going to make you bring your question on this one. I'll just answer this. It is a code. You're allowed to try and change it as much as you want. The difficulty of changing the code, though, is going to be similar to breaking it in the first place.
that makes sense. My question would be, is there something in the system that lets him know we opened it?
A failsafe on the code itself. It doesn't look like it. This code is pretty focus on what it does. But Junk will let you know that it would have fried him had he not been careful. And it did fry him just running through his system as is. Because there was so much stuff here, right? It was basically a data bomb in the form of a data chip.
But that just like also goes to show like how confident Quintet is in his ability to do such a thing. The main things were to just sweep it, make sure that there was no way for once we put it on the ship that we were going to be tracked. Junk is still working on getting some roach motels for that little friggin' droid he put on our ship. So he's just nervous about bringing other stuff onto an even bigger ship where business of the ordinance is actually going to be taking place, you know. But yeah, Junk spends that whole ass day just in his like janitor closet sized room, just working on this, and it just smells like burning metal coming from there for a whole day.
Poor guy.
I would definitely ask the rest of the crew while Drunk is doing that.
Am I gonna have to sell that new ship we just got?
Probably both of them, to be honest.
Such
And-
a pity.
And maybe even the other freighter we picked up too, or we keep our ships for this new hangar place so we have some transportability for our crew. Well, actually, I take that back. We probably don't want to sell our ships because we're going to need to fly them to the location, possibly, unless they come with their own ships.
We might be able to convince the rebels to join us in the secondary excursion.
Right, we haven't even talked about invading the rebel base yet. That's crazy. Also, I'm going to go burn some incense because holy cow, you're making my ship smell junk.
Wouldn't incense just make it smell more fun?
Yeah, but this smells like burning metal and it freaks me out. Okay? I will take Jade,
fair.
Jasmine, Pearl over burning junk.
Yeah, from just inside that closet area, you just randomly hear.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
I'm going to the oil bath.
Oh yeah, for sure. Junk spends like a half day in that oil bath afterwards.
Little cucumbers on his ports.
Yeah, that he doesn't have.
So, as you kind of get your plan together, we really do need a plan of action to get to Solstice. Do you guys want to focus on getting your crew first or dealing with the rebel side of things first?
We might be able
I
to get a
feel-
small crew from the rebels because they're bound to have like bounty hunters there and whatnot helping them.
The other option is you can always talk to other syndicates, right? And see if you can recruit people that aren't hyper loyal to whatever syndicate they're working for.
Yeah, but that is poaching, and that will probably put us in a less than favorable light with those syndicates.
It's a possibility.
Since the rebel base is close to the ship that we need to get, it might behoove us to go to Corellia or Coruscant or something, pick up at least 20 to 30 people, and
Do
then
you have the fun?
I don't know how much it's going to cost, so we got to ask. And
I
then
guess
from
we'll
there,
take
pull in some rebels. That's my suggestion. I don't know how much it's going to cost. No one said how much it will cost to hire a crew.
And a good crew, I mean, even
Make it
a
estimated.
bad
Yeah,
crew wouldn't be cheap. A medium crew is going to be not cheap and expensive. And a really good crew is going to be.
So, DM, do we know how much it would cost to get at least, say, 30 to 40 people for a crew?
So, You guys will know that on the cheap end for a regular pilot, it's 1,500 per pilot. It's
Oh,
a monthly stipend, essentially.
that's good. They don't have to pay you, right?
Right, I've got 2 battle droids and a mini mech droid. That mech droid's going in the medical bay.
And we only have to worry really about the first month because once we get it, the syndicate's going to be helping to cover the operations, right?
I mean, the missions going through our moving base is what's probably going to be helping out with a lot of that. You know,
I mean, as long as the syndicate is willing to give us a payroll expense, then I think
see
we
why
only
they
really have to worry
wouldn't.
about the first month.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Forgetting to turn off the voice mod.
So it's 1,500 credits for a month for a good pilot. There's no like Costco of pilots where we just pick up a bulk deal and
Right, exactly.
Is there-
You just run to an Imperial Academy and be like, all right, all you failed fuckers, you're coming with us.
I mean,
Well, hold up.
I mean,
Hold up.
discount pilot.
we got a
Discount
lot of Imperial.
pilots.
Yeah.
So, if that's
You want
really,
a second chance and a way to get back at the Empire? No way to get back your college debt than to say, F you, we're taking your giant ship.
okay, I mean, that is a valid option, and there is a academy on Corellia.
We will just have shitty pilots.
Well, you gotta remember,
Guaranteed to be shit pilots.
you gotta remember, Imperial pilots are some of the best pilots in the universe, right? They're brave enough to fly TIE fighters, which is basically a one-shot exploding ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
don't
these
you don't
pilots
survive
are
in
gonna
that.
be average pilots. They're just like they might not turn on their left turn signal, is what you're saying.
Yeah, something like all of them could fly a cruiser because it's a big hulking ship that has 10 other people also working at the same time to pilot things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cruisers are not nimble flying super things. But then again,
Is-
some of them might have been trained as cruiser technicians, right? And they just failed out testing wise or something along those lines. Who knows? Or
Yeah,
or
because
they
we
weren't
need like we need like techs and mechanics too, not just pilots.
correct.
How much would it cost to get like code to give to my droids to make them, you know, more useful than what they are? Because this entire time we've been here, they've just been painting the new ships and like, you know, doing things to make it so it doesn't show up as
Taking
what it
away
once showed up
Wookiee
as.
jobs.
So if you are looking to improve your droid system upgrades, oh, excuse me, sorry. You're looking at trying to get them some kind of experience level, right? So let's go to our obligation. To get 15 experience points, right, was 15 obligation, which was the equivalent of 2,500,
500 credits.
right?
Yep.
Or was it 5,000 credits? How much was it? No, it was 2,500. Right. So,
Technically that would be 3,500. So
is that what it be? No, it was starting.
yeah. Because starting for 10 obligation is 2,500, and then for 5 obligation it's 1,000 credits.
Okay, gotcha. So together 35, whatever, right? That would get you the equivalent of 15 experience points, right? Which would fill out 2 ranks of something, right? With 15 experience points. So
Gotcha. So I'm making other characters essentially.
well, I mean, yeah, essentially, right? But to get a program that you could use is probably going to cost at least 35, right? And then you could
Okay.
probably use it as many times till it starts to non-function, And we'd have to roll for that just to be like, all right, when does the replicating code start goofing up without a supercomputer keeping it in line?
Gotcha.
Which you do have 2 supercomputers. You got a good brain, and the baby robot got a good brain.
Yeah.
after this last episode, maybe we'll see. But yeah, so there's all of that. So that isn't a possibility. It would probably be cheaper in the long run to find someone that could code you a pilot code, sell you that, and then we get droids. And then you're not worried about loyalty or any of those other things. The downside is you're then working with droids in mass. And when you get past like a squad's worth of droids, they get really hard to command without a bigger droid telling them what to do. Right?
Command droid. I just need to paint myself, and now they listen better.
Yeah.
I mean, you yourself might need an internal upgrade so you can communicate telepathically with them instead of just barking orders, kind of thing.
I've got the long range communicator.
10001001.
Right. No. But I mean, like the processing unit, so you can do it instantaneously. Like, there's
Oh,
also
okay.
droids that have synchronized actions and understand all, like the big brain droids. I can't think of what they're called.
Yeah.
They're a specific model that does what they do.
I think it
I
would
go
be
from being a liberator to a slave driver.
I think there would be a delicious bit of irony if we made the humans work for a droid, or we made humanoids work for a droid.
That would be pretty funny.
No,
I didn't say
This is
slavery.
This is getting awfully political.
Listen, junk is very anti-slavery, all right? But if they're getting paid, it's not. It's just a job.
They're just indentured servants at that point.
Oh, they're Irish.
I think they're called interns, actually.
Look, we could go to Ryloth and just steal like 900 Twi'leks and call it good. I mean, no one cares about them, right?
Oh yeah, no one cares about them.
So I don't remember who came up with the Imperial thing, but I kind of like the Imperial dropouts or whatever. I think that could be a fun angle.
Yeah, I think that was Fade. I think Fade came up with that.
I did not.
I was like, why are you blaming them? What they do
I think it was you, Younger, that was like Imperial.
I definitely said we should do something, but I did not say we should take out the failed cadets. That was definitely not my call. Otherwise, I would absolutely say that it was, because that's a great idea.
Okay, well, it was someone's.
Someone rewatch this video and tell us that.
Yeah. I'm down for that. And we were. You said there's one in Corellia.
Yes, there's lots of them in various places. Corellia is a popular one, just from Star Wars canon-y stuff. That's where Han Solo failed out at. And he was a good pilot. He just wouldn't take orders. Which some of the Imperial pilots might be the exact same way. If you're not in step with what the Empire wants, you get the boot.
I mean,
those are exactly the kind of people we want. People who are not in step with the Empire, right? So
yep.
That's perfect.
I mean, he shot a Sith out of the sky, so I mean, it's got to be a good school then.
Yeah.
He winged him, and that hasn't happened yet.
Or maybe Darth Vader.
Little do we know, he's actually there right now.
Oh my god.
Failing out.
Are we going to just go to like the essential like version of like we're going to like the job core thing of this?
Yeah. Going to the job fair, guys.
Job fair. We're going to the Academy job fair. Are you looking for
We're going to the bars.
position?
We're going to the dropout bars. There's always like a small group of like bars that people that dropped out and they're just like, oh,
where the townies go.
Yeah, where people are upset and they go there and they don't want people to talk to them. And we're gonna go talk to them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you guys
need cards.
I cannot talk here because if I do, I will probably be obliterated.
Right. The Bothan can't talk, the Wookiee can't talk, Junk can't talk, Faye can't talk.
I can talk on this.
Oh,
no, they see you as a non-sentient being.
Oh no, Jasper has to talk.
That's the whole reason why, like, Empire and Wookiee.
The horror.
Hey,
Wow.
you know,
I
Wookiee
guess
should have joined the Sith. Is all I'm hearing.
Well, I guess that.
they're the
speaks
ones that said that
volumes
you're
for-
not a person.
The Empire?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm saying
Yeah.
that Wookiee should have joined the Sith.
That is the Sith.
I have several questions. Whose side do you think you're on? All right.
I thought I'm confused.
So
No, the Republic believed Wookiees were people. It's
Okay,
the
yeah,
Empire that doesn't.
my bad. That we need more Republic. We need we need the Republicans.
oh no.
oh no.
Why don't we go to the
Uh,
Republic school?
That's the Empire now. We're past the Republic. The Republic is Ash. They're dead. Everyone's dead.
Okay, well that makes sense. Okay.
All right. So, do you guys want me to give you a couple other locations that you could go to instead of Corellia, just for flair and whatnot? Or we decided we're going.
Yeah,
we're
if we
going
can't get enough people to join our cause at this place, we'll have to go to some other places.
Okay.
yeah.
Secondary
I'm-
question: do we want to take
Mhm.
2 ships so we can kind of just load people up, or are we just going to Lambda take the 20 plus people plus us? Because again, the Lambda holds. Oh god, how many people does the Lambda hold? It holds quite a few.
Taking 2 ships in case I need to sell one.
That's an option.
That was said so aggressively. In case I need to sell one.
I will find it. It's in here somewhere. All right, so Lambda. Here it is. So yeah, the passenger capacity, which does not include the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crew members, can hold 20 people. So it can hold 27 people total, and there are already 6 of us. So it can hold 21 people basically. And then it will be full, which it probably can't even hold 21 people because of all of our junk that's actually in there. No play on words for that one. But the Wayfarer medium class transport, which is the other large ship that we have, can hold 6 people. Not to mention the 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 crewmates, so a total of 16. But it has an encumbrance capacity of 850, comparatively to the Lambda's 200. So I assume if you just shove them all in the cargo hold, you could actually hold like 4 times as much as the Lambda. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a big old ship that has like a bunch of places for cages for Wookiees and Jawas and stuff to be shoved into.
Brother.
So the Wayfarer could probably fit 80-ish people in it, whereas the Lambda is going to fit 20. And then our other ship is the Sepeda class transport, which I think holds a maximum of like 10 people total. Like, regardless of what the actual capacity is, it doesn't carry that many. It's small-ish. It's more of a personal transport than a land on the field and start fighting kind of transport. But if we add all of our ships together, we can probably hold about 80 people successfully between the new ship that we have, the Lambda, and the Wayfarer. But minimum, all we need is the Lambda filled. And technically, we could always fly back here with people and whatnot. And you don't know how many of them own their own ships. We could always barter for transport to get them back to and fro, so on and so forth.
My vote would be for the Lambda and the Wayfarer. Just because it's enough if we need it, and then if other people have ships, then they have ships.
I believe we could use the extra parking garage space inside of our place as an incentive to have free parking for the duration of their working contract with us.
I
Gotcha.
mean, yeah.
Benefits packages, and the like.
Yeah.
They can have a hot oil bath whenever they want.
They're all like, never mind, we don't want the job. So you did say that there was one on Corellia.
Yes.
I also, is that going to be one of the bigger places that we go to, like population wise?
Corellia is a pretty
Yes.
big harbor place.
So even if we don't like fill up on former Imperial, there still be people.
Yes, there's
So
there's plenty of non contracted workers there that you can pick up. Also, it's a pike run planet besides the Imperial stuff.
So we could also look to speaking to the Pikes for help as well.
Yes, and you guys are on relatively good terms. 1 second, buddy. I might your mom did message back. Oh, she fixed it. All right,
We could give them. We could give the, maybe either offer some sort of trade to the Pikes to get their assistance, or see what they might need.
Correct. Yep.
Favor for a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys know with your rating, right? They're in the good position, so they might do it, but they're gonna scam you essentially, right? They're not doing it at the goodness of their heart or like at cost. You're gonna be paying them, but it's definitely doable for sure. And or you do a job or two for them, and maybe they hook you up with a crew that they can put together for you.
Well, it's better than talking to the Circuit Corporation. So
I mean, Circuit Corporation is great. Plus, they're happy to help us as long as we pay them. So they're an even better, they're an even better option.
Yeah.
And heck, if we
Pay
go through
them.
if we go through the Circuit Corporation, they could get legitimate pilots that have legitimate qualifications and whatnot.
Yeah, 3,000 apiece.
I mean,
no, I mean probably, but also probably not. They probably just extend Jasper's contract even more.
I'm down. I'm down for Corellia. I think Corellia is a good bet. There's a lot of people there, so even if we don't fill up on the Imperials, we'll be good. And we can also talk to the Pikes first. This way, we know how many Imperials that we might need afterwards, or we could vice versa. However, you guys want to do that.
We might be able to get enough people without using them. So we can always just see what, it's looking about.
Okay. Sorry, you guys didn't answer my question. Do you want other locations of other academies, or are you good with just Corellia for now?
I think we're going to just Corellia for now.
Not the same. If we need to know where the other ones are, we'll ask somebody.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
You know where we can get some pilots?
Yeah,
Don't
down on
worry
Ruby
about it.
Tuesdays.
Can we just hire a bunch of Mandalorians?
It's probably not a good idea.
It's an option for sure. But
It's an option for sure. Is it a
I don't
good
think they
option?
like me.
It's not a bad idea.
I was gonna say if we're gonna use the Mandalorian the show as reference, there isn't that many of them. Like we're talking under 100 Mandalorians running around causing havoc at this point, and we already have two.
Two, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great to have like a Mandalorian stronghold that could be a part of its own syndicate? That'd be crazy.
See, that's
No.
that's where bad things happen. The politics start
Yeah,
occurring once there's
Jasper does not want to fight. Doesn't want to be. Jasper and I'm sure Chesty don't want to be the top Mandalorian.
I was gonna say, Run's gonna joke. If there's more than 3 Mandalorians in the room, by the end of the day, there's only 2 Mandalorians in any room.
Jasper's just they're so.
Level of self-preservation with these ones is not strong. I see.
No, they just talk shit, and with Mandalorians, talk shit get hit. We take that to a very, very.
I can see
real
why your
extreme.
species is going extinct.
Species, they're
At
humans.
least I'm not
weirdo.
enslaved.
Dang, got him.
You mean their cult?
What? There's a cult?
All of you flesh bags are fleshy and will die from old age.
Politely,
I'm
boss.
surprised. Yeah.
That's same for you too. At this point, like
I should have died from old age a long time ago, and yet I still stand.
you're on real borrowed time here. You're no HK unit. Is all I'm saying.
We can fix that.
I was gonna say, we pulled your brain out once. We can do it again, right? Upgrade your model. It'll be great. So, with that being said, we have a plan. We're gonna go talk to the academy. I need to go chase my son because he had a mischievous smile on his face and was running away. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute potty break. And in the meantime and in between time, we're gonna play Junk's theme song. Dun, 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 dun. And then we'll do the math.
It's the Super Mario Star theme.
Sweet.
It's not, but it should be because that'd be funny. It'd also get copyrighted, but I giggle regardless. All right, now let's see where I put it though. 'Cause, there it is. All right, we'll be right back. Thank you guys for keeping up with us, and we'll get to it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe if I can find the button. See you in a couple minutes.
Lift up.
I was left for scrap, but I slipped through the cracks. Threw me in the trash, but now I'm back. Airlock launched, thought I'd meet my end. Now I'm in the game, making moves again. Ain't no stopping me once the wheels hit the ground. But you'll hear me coming when I'm tearing it down. Marked as parts, but I won't be ignored. More than your junk, I'm the whole damn drawer. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small joy, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small joy, big plans, just wait and see. Criminal life, yeah, they pulled me in. Found out quick, I was built for the sin. Sneaking past guards, door slide with ease. Throwing flag grenades like a breeze. You say I'm nothing, but I act like I'm tall. Big energy, I'm out for it all. I wasn't made for the scrap of the bin. I'm lighting up space, let the chaos begin. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small joy, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small joy, big plans, just wait and see. Wires crossed, but my drive's intact. Unhinged, yeah, I'm known for that. Stealth when I need it. On missions I roam. Slip through blaster doors, make myself at home. Rust in my gears, but I'm never down. I'll take what's yours and leave without a sound. Marked for dismantle, but I'm still here. Rolling through life, cutting through fear. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small joy, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small joy, big plans, just wait and see. I'm a short of disaster, can't you tell? Breaking the rules, raising some hell. parts in the pile, but I'm more than that. I'm the one they'll regret throwing out back. Trash heap warrior, built for the grind. Surviving the odds, I'm one of a kind. No reset button, no end in sight. I'm just getting started, ready to fight. Slicer king, crack the system wide. Blaster doors open, no need to hide. I'll hack your grid, take what I please. Security falls, I move with ease. Turrets drop dead, alarms won't blare. I slice through the code like I just don't care. Not just brute force, I'm smart with the tech. Digital chaos, what did you expect? I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. Wait and see. Wait and see.
All right, we back at it. Well, at least I'm back at it. That was a good song, written by Tino himself. So, as we continue to showcase people's music, I think Tino's going to be our guy on that for a lot of it. Except for Ron, I got Ron covered. He's got his song. I'm ready. By the way, I do really like that. Reminds me, after the session, I do have to bug you specifically about something. Wahaha. But neither here nor there. Is everyone back?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
RJ, if you're
Think so.
talking, you're muted.
I am back.
All right. So, as we are all back and kicking. We're going to Corellia, which means lots of things.
I'm gonna Corellia you.
That's phrasing. So Corellia is super close to the center of the galaxy, BT dubs. Like,
It's a core planet.
it is one of the core planets. So it is 11M is what it looks like. And we, for the 4 billionth time,
K20?
K20, you got it. Yeah, K20.
I can use 20K.
To M11. I can use 20K, no joke. All right, so we're going from K20. We are going to. I said M11, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, M and 11 barely. It's almost 12, which would be better for us, but whatever. And our multiplier is 1.1 because that's our drive. So we calculate. Wow, that's not too bad. 3 days, 1.7 hours, only 73 hours of flying to get from here to Corellia, which honestly, compared to most of our flights, that's fast.
Pretty good.
If we're under a week, we're doing great. But we have two different people flying two very different ships, right? Because we're bringing both of them, or we just bring in the Lambda and going from there.
We need at least 2 ships.
Yeah, the Lambda and the Wayfarer, I think,
Okay.
probably be the best too.
So, just for your guys' information here, I pull up our handy dandy chart that tells me all the things about the stuff, and I go to the ships page. We got the lot. Oh, of course, it didn't give me any. I didn't write any steps down. Gosh dang it! It just has its name, which means I have to go to the book. So, going to the book, flipping to near the back of it. Hey, look, I found ships. That was actually a pretty good flip. So Lambda has +0 handling, which means it's just like a straight up roll, no pluses, no minuses, all that fun stuff. Speed, base 3, silhouette 4, good size ship. The Wayland, on the other hand, is a -2 handling, still a speed 3, but a silhouette 5. So much bulkier ship by comparison, and doesn't handle quite as well. Though it's got a little bit more oomph in its both defense, weapons, and size. Actually, I don't know.
So who's flying which one?
So yeah, that's really the question. I have things that allow me to negate some of the negatives for flying.
Then you will take the big one.
Okay, then I will take the big one. Is anyone flying with me, or am I just single man in the ship? I don't necessarily need a co-pilot or a cargo master, or the 6 extra crew. But I do probably want an engineer in case things go bad. I'm not a bad at fix it, but for both of these ships, we need someone who can fly and someone who can fix.
Jasper is not an engineer, but he can fly.
What's your piloting? Because I think Fade has 3 yellow.
I do.
3 yellow.
Okay, well then it doesn't
Piloting
matter.
space, I have 2 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, what about your guys' text? So we have plenty of pilots in this group. That's great. We just need to start getting some like single fighter silliness. So you guys
I am utterly basic at everything. Besides combat, I have 2 green.
Okay, noted.
Fade, what's your Astro?
My what?
Astrogation.
Your astrogation.
I have 3 green.
2 yellow.
Okay, so I think Junk might need to be on whatever ship Fade is flying to do astrogation checks.
Okay, that seems pretty good. And you can be the mechanic on that ship. So we'll just throw you guys on the Lambda. Which runs Hart because that's his ship, but Boss says he's flying. Boss says he's flying. So I will go to the other one. I need someone who is good with the mechanic skill. If there's any of you that have any of the mechanic skill besides our handy dandy little droid.
Technically, I also have a mechanic.
You're busy.
So I got 1 yellow, 2 green.
The droids have assigned positions, so
Yeah.
Don't worry about volunteering for anything else.
Well, I mean, there's other people that can fly a spaceship. So.
You look like you have something to say there, Tarful.
It was more like a question. When you go and you become a second skill tree, you don't gain any of the career skills, correct?
So you gain them, as in you have access to them. You do not get the freebies like you do in the beginning character.
Okay, so now I have access to them, so I could potentially upgrade those skills in the future.
You can get them better, and they are at cost because you can always upgrade skills ahead of time. It's just if they're not the skilled ones, they cost more. And like I've said before, in my home brew rule is if you get a specialization, you get refunds on stuff you've already spent skill points into once you get them as a career skill. So if you didn't have, we'll say, piloting light, ranged light ahead of time, and you picked up something that gives you ranged light, and you're like, I already had 2 points in it. Well, now you get 10 points back.
Gotcha. Okay. I have not done that, but in the future I'll consider, maybe upping some of these skills.
Okay.
All right.
So I go back to mechanics. Is there anyone who has any kind of mechanic skill besides Junk and our other robot?
I am 1 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, that's okay.
Well, I got.
Okay, so I will take RJ with me, and me and the Mandalorian here will cause the havoc together. Me and Chesty on the big ship. Anyone else good to join us, or do you guys want to hang out on the Lambda?
I'm a Lambda guard.
Okay, Lambda for you. And other Mandalorian, where you going?
He'll go with the Lambda because if they're going to talk to Imperials, there should be one human.
That
on
is
each
a
ship.
that is a wise choice. I appreciate that. Someone's got to be. Everything's all right over here. Just leave us alone.
We're fine. Just a little radiation. Let us get locked down.
Exactly. All right, so you guys are good to go. We have our ships. We have our coordination. The hyperdrives are basically the same amount of time. Technically, the Wayland's a little bit slower on the hyperdrive, if I remember correctly. I gotta look at my book again. Of course, I said it down, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar to our Lambda. Lambda's fast, but not so much so that it's ridiculous. I hear my baby. He making noise. That means the weep is home with the chillins. Wahahaha. So many pages. Alright, so hyperdrive on the Lambda. Oh, it's actually a class 2. That's not good. So I gotta go back into my handy dandy multiplier here and change this from a 1 to a 2 and then calculate. Same route. Wow. Okay, so I'm good pilot, so maybe I will be able to decrease this on my roll, but it does take 5 days instead of 3 days to get there in the Wayland.
Rough.
That just means you guys will have 3 days ahead of me and Chesty. Wahaha. So,
I need to do my piloting check, don't I?
well, first you need an astrogation check, because that's actually the important part for going from one place to the other. The piloting check is more for like when you land and things like that.
Okay, my
it's
astrogation buddy.
just normal, right?
I'm not giving you any setbacks at this point.
Okay. Ooh, 1 success, 1 threat, 1 triumph.
Triumph, very good. So with the triumph, it'll cancel out the negative bit. And you will be able to cut down. Excuse me, sorry. I'm going to cut a day off your time. So you guys actually get there in 2 days and a couple hours.
So it's like Fade sitting down to like get ready to start everything up. Junk just comes up and starts like flipping switches and doing all these checks and everything, and just
Okay, go and okay. Hold up, move out of the way.
So, for our Mandalorian friend and our Wookiee friend, the droids forget that there are people on the ship, and they go a little faster than they should. Is the easiest way to describe what happens here. So with the safety limiters turned off, their hyperdrive is pushed a bit more than it should be, and you guys can literally feel the pressure the entire 2 days. It feels like someone just shoving you against the wall. Of course, our
Higher gravity.
don't really notice it that much because they don't really care. But you guys can definitely feel the difference as you are piloting through space. You guys also somehow magically, I'm going to say magically because it sounds cool, catch the equivalent of solar winds on the hyperspace lanes that just speed you guys up just that much. My turn for astrogation. My negatives get canceled out by my handy dandy skills, so that's nice. And then this, and then this. Hey, I also got a triumph. 1 success. I got the same roll you guys did, so I also cut a day off. We're riding the same solar winds, baby. Unfortunately for me, I'm in a much slower ship. So the solar winds are not quite as effective. But you guys get there in 2 days, and we get there in 4 days. So, what do you guys want to do
they
for 2
show
days?
up. The Lambda's destroyed. We're arrested.
What do the 4 of you want to do before we get there? Because you know we're coming.
I believe it is time for, and I point over at the human with us, and just say, for you to make an impression upon these dropouts.
Wrong Mandalorian, Chesty. The other Mandalorian. So your guys are gonna land on the planet. There's no like major imperial silliness. Love you. Luke was in his room last. No major imperial silliness, so there's no like checkpoints you gotta go through. Corellia is a relatively busy planet, so exploring every ship that comes in and out is basically an impossibility. It makes it really easy for you guys to kind of sneak around to wherever you want to go. But the Imperial Academy is on Corellia's capital, which is considerably more well guarded than anywhere else. Right? There's plenty of factories and other things kind of out there. But if you're going to the academy area itself, there's a considerable imperial presence. But that shouldn't stop you. The only downside, interesting point is you're driving a Lambda into imperial controlled areas, which is always a recipe for great things. So, fly casual is the best suggestion. So now I'm going to need a piloting check to make sure you don't do anything super janky when you land.
Perfect. What's the purples? How many?
We're going to just make it a normal check, right? So it's 2 purples versus whatever
2
your piloting is.
successes, 2 advantages.
And before you talk, I'm going to be mean and throw dark side points at you so you guys get some dark side use. So throw 1 setback on there.
Okay, so black die.
Yar.
Reroll. 4 successes, 2 threats.
Even better, except for the threats. You stress yourself out while doing so, but you do real well. No one notices the Lambda. They're just like, that's a normal Lambda. I'm going to ignore the pinup Wookiee on the side.
Whoa. There is no pinup Wookiee on the side. The Wookiee is on the inside. Only when you drop the door does it show.
Right. Okay, so we've repainted it and put it in a more appropriate place to be sneaky. Smart. Appreciate that.
And then we can lay out a tarp so that they don't see it whenever they walk on if we so choose.
Why would we do that?
Which one was the one that had the droid painting on it?
That's ours. That's the Wayland that's coming.
I love it. This is so silly.
So as you are here, you're here for at least 2 days, right? Which will give you guys, I'll give you 3 checks to basically land, talk to people once, twice, 3 times, and then figure out what we're doing from there by the time we show up. So how much RP versus rolling would you guys like to do for this section?
A little both.
Okay, a little both is good. Any other opinions?
I want to hear Jasper's recruitment pitch.
Oh no.
Have you ever been upset that you can't fly with a Wookiee? Well, fear no longer, for we have several in our...
Okay, so first rule is going to be finding this, like, I assume you guys are just going to try and do the recruiting on your own. You're not going to try to find pikes or anything like that.
Yeah, maybe by ourselves first.
Okay, so with that, you're gonna do some gossiping, some figuring of where things are at, and so on and so forth. So specifically, are you all looking, or are you kind of just leaving this up to Jasper and hanging out on the ship till he gets back?
I'm a droid. I'm a B1 battle droid with grenades strapped to my chest.
You and the Wookiee are staying on the ship. Got it. Mouse droid, are you traveling with our handy dandy Mandalorian? You just letting him do his thing.
I mean, Jasper needs a bodyguard, so
does he though? I mean, I appreciate it, but
if you need me, I'm here.
Yeah, if Jasper doesn't want me to go, Junk won't go.
No, Jasper would feel much comfortable having someone with him.
All right, so Junk and Jasper, JJ, out here doing their thing. You guys can make a streetwise check to kind of get the information going in the correct way. Now, you have neither of you are from Corellia or know anything about Corellia itself, so this will be a daunting check for purple. And because DM is evil, I'm throwing another dark side point at you. So 4 and a negative.
Okay, and this is what, Underworld?
We're starting with just straight up streetwise.
Oh,
Though
just street. Oh shit.
straight up streetwise. Now, mind you, if you guys were looking for the pikes, you could definitely use Underworld. But since you guys are just looking, like trying to figure out stuff and things for like where the dropouts are, it's just going to be streetwise to get information and details and whatnot.
I'm going to use my Touch of Fate skill and add 2 blue to this.
Ooh, solid choice.
Trying to see if I have anything.
This is not gonna end well.
Oh, I have the Street Smart, so I can remove a black from that.
Okay.
All right, Street Smarts. Street Smarts.
It's time.
So this went about as well as I thought it would. One failure.
All right. So
Perfect.
luckily, you're just trying to talk to people, and it's an imperial planet. If you're not a human or someone that looks like they work for the empire, or could be helpful in some way or fashion, they kind of just ignore you. You're just a droid on the ground annoying people, and they kind of just shoo you off. And
One
nothing's really hurt
success,
but your pride.
I
2
think
advantages.
Okay, that's good.
not.
So I will give you
Yeah, the
advantage.
Touch of Fate definitely helped me out.
I will give you. Let's see. Use those advantages on. You can either give someone else a boost die, or you can give yourself 2 boost die on your next streetwise check.
I'll give myself 2 boost on the
Okay.
next Streetwise.
All right. Next time you do a streetwise, you get 2 boost, at least on this planet. If you go somewhere else, but yeah, with your 1 success, you have a pretty solid location of where the dropouts that stay on planet uh, stay at. Right, there's a local bar called the Black Thumb that lots of them kind of filter through before they decide to leave the planet. It's kind of the last stop before you leave. People fail out there, weekly to say the least. Every week there's a set of failure pass tests that kicks out a quarter of each class, so on and so forth.
Oof.
Yeah, so each imperial class might get 4 pilots, and they start with about 50. So it's less
Cool.
than a 10% pass rate.
Question:
Brutal.
Yes.
Where are we at in this process? Like, or do they have multiple classes going at the same time?
Yeah, always.
Or Okay.
So it takes an imperial pilot about a year to pass the class, right? And they have, and depending on what academy you're in, they could have hundreds of classes. Because again, it's not just pilots. There's also engineers and technicians and regular officers and stuff like that, right? So there's tons
I'd
of.
recommend hiring the people who got the furthest in the class first.
I feel like this is one of those beggars can't be choosers situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it like this: if you make it into an imperial academy and aren't just hired as like a soldier signing up on the street kind of thing, you're probably already a chunk above most other people in some form or fashion.
And worst comes to worst, we can have them clean droid buttholes.
Rebels.
I'm sure
Yeah.
droid buttholes.
Yeah,
I-
he did.
I think also the role makes sense for Junk because like when out in public, typically Junk doesn't try to talk to Imperial people. So if anything could be linked to talking mouse droid. I think like he like gets ready to like talk to people, and then Jasper's like, "Yep, Junk, stop! You can't talk to people."
Well, they're gonna get really pissed off, Junk. I just need I just need eyes on my 6. And I just realized that you have no eyes.
You got it.
He's got omni eyes. They're in all directions. He can't smell worth a damn, but he can look everywhere. It's all ones and zeros to him, baby.
It's okay. The character that can smell well is in Power Rangers, so.
So, yeah, with your success, you have a location to go to, right? So, as you go there, it is full of people. Some of them are youngsters, younger than any of you guys. Some of them are older than you. Look like they've been here a long time. They look to be basically locals. Some of them are wearing an imperial uniforms and fatigues. Other ones are wearing what might have been Imperial uniforms and fatigues, but have long since just become clothing.
Ooh.
Some people are just wearing regular fashionable stuff. Those are obviously the locals, right? Anyone that's attached to the academy at all seems to be wearing fatigues of sorts. So, how would you like to round up people for your cause? How are you going to recruit these yahoos?
Junk hands you a credit stick, Jasper, and says,
There's 34,200 credits. Use them as you see fit.
Damn. Well, hopefully, if I
1,000
can't
credit
bribe them,
bonus if you sign up today. Check. 34 members.
I was going to say we got General Grievous over there in the top camera, getting cough and dying.
Sorry.
I don't really buy a lot of things, so the least I could do is help us get a crew.
that's fair. And so I feel like I've helped buy. I went halfsies on like a lot of things you buy, anyways.
yeah, you did. I appreciated the help for it. I mean, I could have totally bought it on my own, but I did appreciate.
Sorry, I did appreciate the help. But
Well, you gave me my arm back, so
Your friendship
anything I can
cost
do
an
to help?
arm and soon to be a leg.
oh god, don't say that.
I like
Wait,
being
between
useful.
the Mandalorians, their friendship has cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Which means we could get a third Mandalorian and they wouldn't have a problem because there's technically less than 2 Mandalorians in the room.
Dang.
No.
Got him. Hit him with the Vader
Heyo.
logic.
But yeah, so you got 34,200 credits to do whatever you need. If we have to divvy that down between like 20 really good pilots, or if we can whatever we need.
You said 43,000?
34,200.
34,000. Okay, so we've got 40K.
That's a good bit of spending money.
Yeah, it is.
So, I go back to, besides you guys just waving credits around, who wants money? How do you go about having the conversation with people? Do you interview each one of them and go through that process, or do you like have a hey, we're doing a thing and have like a presentation done? You guys would have discussed this while flying here, so this is already pre-planned.
Jasper would look for. Yeah, we talked to the bar owner and kind of like keep an eye out for. I guess I don't really know what a pilot would be good. Like look out for good pilots, but they're all probably decent pilots.
He says you come to the right bar.
He'll talk to the bartender and be like, "Hey, are there any disgruntled people that you know that have really good experience that are like upset they got washed out?"
He looks around the bar.
Besides everybody.
He goes, well, I'm going to be honest with you here. About half the people in here are pretty decent pilots, and or other technicians, right? The other half can, come or go. But I don't think there's anyone that really stands out to me. The ones that stand out don't flush out. You know what I mean? But don't take that as. Are you looking for like cargo pilots, or what do you? How many people are you looking for?
I'm looking to put together a pretty sizable
group. Oh, a Mandalorian looking for a pretty sizable group. That never smells trouble.
I'm not looking for trouble, but then again, I most never really do.
Gotcha. So it's legitimate work that you just need staff for then.
Yeah, it's a pretty big sized cruiser, and I just need good people. I'm not much of a pilot myself, so
Says the man with 17 agility.
I really just kind of need a more kind of more of a home away from home, and I would like people I can trust to keep it safe while I'm off doing errands.
Errands. That's a strong word to use. Okay, yeah. Well, give me 3 days, and I'll put the word out and see how many pilots I can wrangle up for you.
If any of them can fight, I'll pay extra. You know, pirates and all that.
You do know this is right next to an Imperial Academy, right? And basically, all of them have went through some kind of basic gunnery.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit. Class is different than real life.
Sure, then none of them can fight if that's your logic.
That's fair.
But I'll give it a look. See. Okay, so he told you give him 3 days to get you a crowd, an audience, a group of people that sound like they're willing to do stuff and things. I'm gonna make 3 rolls really quick, one for each day, and see how positive the recruiting on the bartender's end goes for you guys.
Now,
I'm listening.
You know what? I'll take the caveat instead of they can fight. The further they made it through the academy, the more Jasper will pay.
He goes, well, I mean, some of them are just looking for a ride, so be careful with how much you offer. But if it's a paying job, I'll add that in my little talky bits. I got a couple in mind already, but about how many people are you looking for at most, at minimum?
We need what, 30 to 40?
Yeah.
We need 50 for it to go smoothly.
About
and
50.
not have people running ragged.
Yeah, 25 is the minimum for to be able to fly the ship.
Crew.
Yeah, like true skeleton crew. But you guys know that really getting off the planet and escaping is what you're going to need, because then you'll fly to Polis Massa a few days later and pick up the other 160 something people that are going to be part of your crew.
162, I think.
Yeah. So like the important part is getting it off planet.
I would say 30 to 50.
Okay, so good size ship, 30 to 50 people. That must be a raider or something, or I shouldn't say a raider. I guess you're not necessarily Imperial. Yeah, all right. Okay, so I have great news. He had one bad day that he'll get half the number of people, but he also got a day that was double the amount of people, and then one regular day. So now I get to roll my percentile die and multiply by 3 because it all evened out.
And I think for sure, like for the interview process, we probably would have asked like Run for like some information, like what are things that like good pilots would know if we asked them like a question of like this scenario happens, da 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 da.
All I know is something that's very important is asking if they have a problem with droids.
Or Wookiees.
Or Wookiees, yeah.
Or Bothans.
Okay.
Half of the answers are going to be yes.
So,
okay.
That being said, 3 days later, first and foremost, your handy dandy friends and the other ship are able to fly to you guys and find you and link up and so on and so forth. So you have both ships on stock. Run is sticking here. Chesty, since you're also a human, you are the second ship's envoy essentially. So you will go meet up with Jasper. That sound good to you?
Yes.
All right, you waddle your way to the bar on the third day, and there is a substantial crowd kind of just waiting in the back room for you guys. Like, usually the bar has maybe 30 people in it at a time. There's about 3 times as many there currently. So you're looking at 80, almost 90 people
I gotta do interviews all day.
So now you get to make
All
your
right.
main pitch and your caveats, and then I'll do some subtractions from there to see how many are qualified for what you really, really want. So what that means is now you get to do your recruitment phase. So you have RJ there to help if you would like, or have him do the talking, whatever is good for you. But role wise, you guys are gonna need to make some negotiation checks.
All right. I will start out with the top. Um, God damn it! All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jasper White. I'm looking for a sizable crew, about 30 to 50, to help me run a home away from home. If you, I need pilots that are capable. Obviously, you all got enrolled into the academy for various issues. There were wipeouts. I do not care about the issues, really. I just need to know. I just need people to help keep the ship secure and safe while I'm away doing jobs.
You hear one of the pilots up front. What kind of ship is it? Obviously, it's not small.
We would have talked. We would have definitely have workshopped this question.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
would be an obvious question.
What
Um,
ship are we going with?
So
I would-
technically, it's a quasar class.
so- yeah, it's like a light cruiser, right?
It's just a straight up carrier. It's not a cruiser. It's a carrier.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
So I could safely say a Quasar class cruiser, and that would.
Well,
I mean,
I don't think you should use a military term on it. You could just say it's a multifunctional carrier, but or just say vehicle carrier. Hello.
Are we hearing you?
Yeah, we heard you.
Yeah.
Um, that I'm trying to think. Would there be like a? For all intents and purposes, it's just a large transport ship. Like,
So, would you guys like some background lore on the quasar class?
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so quasar class specifically, right? It's an imperial shuttle, right? This was made by Sono Sub Corporation, which is a big empire only group. Yeah, so it's a cruiser slash light carrier. There are two different models. I think technically for this bit we're in the Quasar Fire 1, or yeah, class 1, so it's like the earlier model. But there's not enough of a difference for it to be too crazy, right? Yeah.
So would saying the word light carrier or words light carrier like be like there's only one light carrier, or is there like
Oh, no.
multiple light carriers? That's an overarching term that we can use.
Nope, overarching term, but these guys might be more interested if you tell them it is the Quasar Fire, right?
Yeah, I was literally thinking that. I was
They
like,
might
what if
be
we
more
tell them that it
interested,
is an
however-
imperial? It's an imperial prototype.
However, they might get suspicious, right? Later.
Yeah, I say I wouldn't say it's a Imperial prototype, but I will say I will give them that as a Quasar Fire.
Then you just told them that it's imperial. Didn't
No,
you just say,
I don't.
Roger,
I don't
that
want
it's
it to be. I don't want them to know that it's
That specific one. It's an
yeah.
imperial.
yeah, but if you
craft,
say
so they are
quasar,
qualified.
if you say quasar, I believe Roger said quasar is specifically an imperial ship.
which
Yeah.
I'm fine with them knowing it's an Imperial ship. I don't want them to know that it's that we're trying to steal. I mean, not that they know that we're trying to steal it. I don't want them to know that it's a
prototype. There, that's the fucking word I was looking for.
I was about to say, honestly, it's just be like it is an equivalent to a quasar like
It's
slash
an
ship.
imperial light carrier.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
okay,
I
so
would
you
think that
can't-
would be
you
an
can't-
enticing thing to them.
Yeah, don't say an imperial light character because that also includes a Gazanti. Gazanti is an imperial light carrier because it holds like 5 dies.
Oh.
So just because of the size of this thing, they'll probably want to know what actual vessel it is. It would be silly not to tell them because whatever, they don't know who you guys are at this point.
Yeah, I would just tell them it's a. I think that with them having just like been kicked out of the Imperial thing, I think it might be a point of interest for people, whether still some loyalty to the Empire or wanting to, do a little, hey, well, you know what? Screw you, Empire. Now I'm on one of your prototypes. I think that would be more of an enticing factor than just saying, oh, it's a really, really big ship.
That's fair. All right. Then yeah, we'll tell them it's a prototype ship, prototype imperial ship.
A prototype imperial ship. So we'd be working for the Empire, but just not as officers.
Correct. You'd be working for me, my friend here, and our crew.
You're not pirates, right? Is it legitimate?
No, this is legitimate.
All right, you look like pirates.
Yar.
To the
Well,
two
that's fair.
Mandalorians.
Can't
We know who's not getting hired.
I can't say you're wrong, but no, we're not pirates. A little bit of background for ourselves. My friend here used to work for the Empire. We get subcontracted occasionally to do outside field.
Ooh, outside field work. Look at the fancy boy up there. Someone in the crowd says.
Oh man, do I throw a knife at that one?
So, the next part here is you guys need to make some rolls. Again, you're making some like negotiation price wise, all that fun stuff, and seeing how many people go through stuff and things. This is a large group and will take a considerable amount of time. You have 2 choices here. You can make an easy check and kind of just take whoever, or you can make a daunting check and have a very select, highly professional grade group of people.
I feel like we want more quality over quantity.
Well, no, I think it's the opposite. We want to get quantity, and then we can whittle down to quality, right? Because some people aren't going to test well, but they'll be excellent at their job, right? I mean, Han Solo is going to be a dick no matter where he went, but he's a great pilot.
It's true.
And you got to remember,
So-
somehow Run made it through the academy as a Bothan. So, like,
All right, so easy check then.
if that is what you would like.
No.
I mean, couldn't Chesty like give you like a boost die, like as you guys are like deliberating this?
Oh, I will 100%. If he's giving the assistance, I'll give him some boost and setbacks and all that fun stuff. But just for selecting the difficulty, I need to know what you guys are rolling.
Yeah, do we want quality or quantity? That's what I
would
need to know.
I would say quality.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Because it's also a lot easier to make less people disappear if they decide they want to say some shit when they're in the situation.
Valid
Okay.
point.
So, changing it to a hard check. RJ, you have worse negotiation than our friend here, right?
I don't know. I've got 2 yellow, 1 green.
Jasper?
Same.
So,
All right,
yeah.
you guys are on par with each other, which is good because you can then give assistance, which gives you an upgrade to your dice. So you would change it to three yellows.
And then it's 3 purple, right? Or 4?
4.
Okay.
Or purple. We need a negotiator.
I can use.
Can I use a light side point?
Yeah, totally.
Delightful.
You do so.
I will do that.
All right, you guys are up to 4 light side points after, or sorry, 3 light side points at this point versus your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 dark side points.
Woo!
Huh.
We're
Okay,
doing
2 failures, 1 triumph, and 1 light side.
2
Sorry,
failures.
that was stupid. Should not have rolled the light side point. Let me re-roll that. Apologies. I actually hit white instead of blue.
That would make a difference, so I will let you re-roll it.
Unless you're using the force.
I mean, time
No.
he does have force powers of the people. This would be the guy. But I don't think his force powers will help in this situation. Younger, are you right over there?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's for a big group. I can spin black or white or black to stress the mind of one living target he's engaged with. If I'm guiding, I only use white, which generates dark side points. And I can only use. Well, I can use dark side points to generate negative emotions. And I can use light side points to generate positive emotion.
Correct. And if you use dark side stuff, you get dark side points on our little scale over here.
Yeah.
Feel good. Yeah.
Up to you, man. I mean, this would be the time to do it.
Yeah. Would that just be another blue dice, or would I use a white die?
So you would make the force roll separately to see how many white die or white bits you get. And then we go from there because then it gives you your positive stuff. So let me flip to the page. What you're just using the force power from the main book, right?
Yeah, influence.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to influence while you make your roll. You only have 1 force die at this point, right?
Yes, force rating. Oh wait, no. I upgraded. So my force rating is 2.
Ooh, you upgraded your force, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, how did you?
But I only have.
How did you upgrade your force rating?
So the force sensitive exile is the tree that I.
I was looking at the wrong tree. You're good.
Yeah. And then I just last session took the influence, basic ability.
Sweet.
So does that mean I have 2 white side die?
So sorry, which one did you increase on the? Looking at the thing here. Sorry. I know there's one that specifically says it gives you an upgrade to it. Just trying to find it. Sorry, it's been a while since I looked at force side stuff. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong tree. That's my issue. It's the actual tree, not the powers tree. So yeah, your force rating can get you a +1 because when you go into the tree itself, you activate your first force die.
3 light side.
3 light side, wild. Good roll. So yeah, if you're using the influence tree, so this is okay. So the influence just adds strain.
Yeah, I take strain to generate feelings of either negative emotions or positive emotions.
No. It strains them.
Oh. Well, then that's weird because if I'm in. I feel like if I'm generating positive emotions, wouldn't that strain me?
The character may spend 1 force side point to stress the mind of one living creature he is engaged with, inflicting 1 strain. Right. So the motion you're putting into them is sorry, brain fart here. What the bit is, right?
Yeah, like
Throwing a
friendliness,
rock
like
at them.
join us.
Join us or be pelted by stone.
Join us or die.
Right.
Well, no.
So the most basic form of influence does not allow the force user to generate the shape of thoughts of others. He can merely strain their mind, inflicting stress and exhaustion. The basic power has one effect that can be triggered multiple times on the same or different targets. The user spends 1 thing to strain. Yeah, so it inflicts strain at this point. When you get it stronger, that goes into the strength, right? As you do these strength upgrades for it on the actual tree itself. And the control, right? Those are the 2 things that are what make the power better. When it first starts out and you just have the basic power by itself, it literally just causes strain.
Okay, well then no, we don't want to do that.
Okay.
But I will still use a light side point to get a bonus. Cheddar, I love you. Please relax. All right.
Okay. So you were using a light side point. Okay, you did so. You're good.
Yeah. 1 success and 1 threat.
Okay, that's all you need. So a threat, you'll gain a strain from talking to all these people because apparently talking to people stresses you out. But
It stresses Jasper out so much.
you succeed, and you wanted a specific group of people, right? So your qualifications that you as a group made earlier is people that don't hate droids, people that are okay with working with non-human races, and people that aren't quote unquote in step with the Empire, which basically all of them. But there's always loyalists. I mean, think of Ron. Ron is still pretty pro Empire, even though they did him pretty dirty. So of the 87 people that you go through and interview, 23 of them look to be who people you would be willing to trust being a crew, right? That you're like, all right, there's nothing wrong with them. They're okay with droids. They're okay with other races. They're not necessarily completely Imperial controlled. These guys are good pilots. They made it pretty far in the program. Yada yada yada. So these are quality candidates. And of those 23, I'm going to make another roll and see what percentile of them is pay versus just get me the hell out of here kind of attitude.
Hopefully all 23.
No, okay, so about half of them definitely are just there for the money, and the other half are like, we just want a GTFO. It's a pretty even split between the 23 you've gone through. So we'll number wise, we'll say 11 of them are you need to pay us up front right now, and the other 12 are just like, if you got a ship and can take us off planet, we'll go wherever you want.
Nice.
And then of the 23, you got 3 whole pilots. The rest of them are various other technicians and engineers and things like that.
Well, we need how many pilots?
Total to run the ship as is. Great question. I don't have a good answer for you. If you're thinking about RJ, you might have a good answer for this one. On a Navy vessel, how many people are in the control room most of the time? Like
on the bridge, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the bridge you have a helmsman who actually steers the wheel. You have 2 quartermasters that like find out where you're going and maybe what's ahead of you. You've got an officer in charge of the captain, the XO, or officer of the deck, or the CDO. Just a minute, depends on that. And that's all it really has to be on the bridge. I mean, there's usually like yeomen and chiefs and seamen and stuff that assist those guys, but really you just have to that physically drive it 2 people to figure out where the hell you're going. Because one person's like here's our course, and if they want to change their course, he like the other guy figures out when and where they're going to turn to make that course happen. But the other guy's trying to make sure that they know where they're at, the location wise, and the other guy knows where they're going to turn.
Gotcha.
Get where
Okay,
they want.
so sounds
So,
like
like,
6
6
is a
people?
minimum for that size of the ship. So let's say for a spaceship, it's a little bit more complicated than driving a boat on water, and you'll probably need double that, right? So 12-ish people, right, to kind of do all the stuff. Now that's not comms or any of the extra bits. That's like scanners, coordinators, and physical pilots that input data and that kind of stuff, right? You'll need 12
Ooh.
people to run. You have 4, 5. Everyone but the Wookiee can fly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 5 already. We just picked up 2 more, so we're at 7 of our 12.
I thought you said 3 more.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you said
3 more. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
So we're at, we need 4 more people that can fly, which isn't terrible. But having the other 20 people as deckhands and other things for engineering and stuff like that is going to be super important.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, you guys have minimum numbers, and you could just recruit some of those yahoos to be like, "You're on deck for now. Figure it out." If you really
I was
need
gonna
to.
say, you want more than just one crew. I mean, one crew gets you out of there, but if you're over distance, you're gonna want more people.
Right. But again, our bit here is we just want to get out of space. Now, mind you, you guys are at 30 something people total, including yourselves, right? The 23 we just picked up, and the 6 of us, not quite 30 people.
And the 2 extra droids, 3 extra droids.
Right, the droid. I didn't even think about the droid. They haven't been programmed for anything, but they can follow orders, so they count for something. So you guys are 20-ish people short of your goal at this point. So you need to find some other way to commandeer 20-ish people that you guys trust. Or you do a second round of these interviews with those 80 people and go, "Hey, look, we still need 20 of you," and go from there. And loosen your standards just a little bit.
I mean,
We can just
We need
specify we need
pilots.
specifically pilots. So, like, if you're not a pilot, you can step off at this time.
But I mean, that's not even the true case, right?
Even if that's not the true
Well,
case,
we need at
that's what
least
we're
4 pilots. So at least 4 of those would have to be pilots.
So we could be 4 pilots that aren't like, I want to blow the Empire.
Okay, so you're okay with four. You're okay with some of the pilots if they're loyalists and be like run.
Yeah, I mean, say Run's not really. I don't think Run's going to turn us in soon.
Okay,
That's
so
what you think.
right.
Well, I mean, 'cause
Hey, I don't know if I.
once we get the boat back, I mean,
Yeah,
this guy's
we
gonna have a
get
choice
new
between
people.
joining the organization or joining the asteroid field.
Yeah.
That's also kind of true.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
still wouldn't want them in the organization. How about we just put them out into the asteroid field?
Congratulations, you've accidentally become a terrorist. Therefore, you don't have the choice of going back to the Empire. Congratulations, you're a pirate.
Yeah. I mean,
Try
to be
explaining
fair,
that to the Empire after you've already committed a grave crime.
yeah. So to
All right, tell us
be
about that.
fair,
We'll be right back.
Okay.
okay. To be fair, if we get the 4 pilots, we have the minimum number of pilots. Once
Yes.
we get the ship and get it back to Polis Massa, it doesn't matter. We've got 160 people coming on board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Some
like,
of them have to be pilots.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, maybe. I'm saying if we at this point shoot for only pilots and don't try to hire other hired hands, essentially, like then we'll have the minimal covered of pilots, and there's going to be 4 people, of which we might have to push out an airlock, right?
This is true. I'm gonna
As
tell you-
opposed to
I'm
like
gonna-
hiring a bunch of other people who aren't quote unquote high enough standard for us.
I'm going to tell you the number of people is determining how hard of dice it is for piloting for whoever is quote unquote piloting the ship. So, break down at 25, it becomes a 5 purple check with possible reds and blacks and all that fun stuff, right? If you only have the minimum of 25, which is whatever. At 50, it's dropped down to a 4. You get to 100, it's down to 3. You get a full crew, it's normal of 2.
Yeah, so bringing it down to at least a 3 would be beneficial.
Which would mean you guys could hire all 80 something of these people, right? And then be almost to your 100-person goal. But you really don't have room for 100 people, to be 100% honest with you, between the two ships. You have room for about 80 total.
Right.
And that's packing it.
So the ones that have already been interviewed, you said half of them were, just get me off this rock and they'll be happy. The other half are like, well, we need to get paid.
Yep.
Yeah. 11 need to get paid. 12 are get me off this rock.
Okay, how much do we owe the 11?
So if you pay them quote unquote standard rates for a technician for a month's pay, you're paying them a month basically in advance. You're dropping. Well, that's a negotiation. One more with the people that you're hiring and are paying. Go ahead and make another negotiation check. Again, a normal roll, to see kind of how they treat you.
You got my help, baby.
All right,
Jump
it up to 3.
Normal is 3.
Two purple.
2 purple. Okay, good.
2 purple and
3 successes, 2 advantages.
Say that again.
3 successes, 2 advantages.
Fantastic. All right, so with the advantages, I will actually let you spend them to talk. We'll say 2 people into just getting off planet.
Solid.
But with the 3 successes, you drop their pay from 15 grand to 100 credits for each success. So we start at the 15, and then lower it by 2. So you're looking at 1,300 per person. Which
And there's math.
With dropping the 2 off the board, that actually drops it down to 10. So 10 times 13, you need 13,000.
13.
Credits.
Which we can do, since Junk was so kind. We've got 27,475 left.
Okay. You've officially signed on 23 crew members. Do you send them to the Lambda or do you send them to the Wayfarer and its pokiness?
Probably should go with me, the Wayfarer.
Yeah. I don't want to be like, hey guys, go do this, and then immediately be like, oh hey, by the way, they're gonna be a robot and stuff there, and a Wookiee.
I mean, so that might have been part of the interview process, is just like letting them know that there are non-human crews on there, which is why so many of them said nope and dip potato chipped.
How many are left?
Well, the 23.
Well, yeah, but you said if we loosened our standards, we'd be able to hire more.
Oh yeah, I mean, here I'll roll a thing to see how many of them escaped. I just need to find my dice that I dropped. Give me.
Yeah. So out of the 87, 23 were hired, so that left 64. How many of the 64 are still left?
40% of that. So we'll just round that down to 30.
So 30 are still left?
Yeah, that are still willing to work with you guys if you drop your standards a little bit. The other ones have made the decision that they don't want to work with you. You're too sketchy, or
which
not
means
sketchy enough, or whatever.
Which means if you wanted to, out of that 27,000, to give everybody who's coming on a $900 or 900 credit, sign on or first month pay or something.
Well, that's why I'm saying with the ones that didn't get paid, they're getting their stuff immediately. They're getting paid up front.
Yeah.
Right.
But
so basically, anybody who's not like trying to just get off the planet, if all of those people, if all 30 of those people are actually, they want to be paid crew members, they want to stay on the ship, you can give them 900 credits, and that'll clear out the 27,000. and get them paid. So like they're not like, you know what I mean? So they actually work for us.
And that would definitely get you over at least the 50-person threshold, which would make it a daunting check for flying the ship instead of a.
Impossible.
Well, it's not impossible. Impossible is 6. It is. What is it? I
You
always
can
forget.
just use a light side die to mitigate it. So
Um,
think.
I mean, I'm okay with doing that if I say as long as you guys are okay with getting the robots and the Wookiee are okay with being uncomfortable for a little bit of a trip.
That's fine. I got thick fur.
I will be throwing one of them out of the airlock once we get back to the asteroid field.
That's so mean.
At least one.
It's whichever one says the most hurtful thing first.
Whoever's the most racist against droids.
So
Yeah.
by the way,
Why?
our dice is formidable. I don't know why that they put that there, but 4 is only daunting. Like I feel like the words they use for what levels are what are goofy.
I think it
A
would be
little bit.
more appropriate for formidable to be 4. It's
Yeah.
like it's right there.
Who did that?
But yeah, I'll talk to the remaining 30. I say we can hire them all. We'll get you off, and once you help us do this, you're free to go. 900 credits up front.
Okay, before you
Crazy.
offer them money,
Crazy.
you should probably see who wants to get paid versus who's going to take the get me off here deal.
Oh well, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you definitely solid choice waiting. Because I'll just round up 70%, essentially. Say they're willing to go with you for free. So that's
Oh hell yeah.
21 of them sign on. So you only have to pay 9 of them.
Even better. So I mean, you could pay them the same thing basically. I mean, they're technically lesser skilled.
They're not
So
lesser skilled. They're just lesser social. They're not. I mean, these 30 people that you're hiring, you might just say GTFO when the mission is done. Whereas the 23 you picked originally, those are ordnance crew essentials. They're going to be level 0s by the time this mission is over.
okay.
Okay, so we're paying like
So
9.
it's another 9 at 1,300 then.
Yep.
All right. Oh, we got 14K left.
Woo!
Okay. So your choices here are at this point you can just go with what you got and you have a formidable crew. And then or you go hire more people and get more things. And then the other thing we haven't really talked about is hiring other ships to transport them places, right? We can hire a whole other ship. I actually, of the people here, I'm going to roll a red and yellow dice to see if you guys get a triumph, because one of them might have a ship, or several of them might have a ship. So I'm gonna take that roll.
At the end of this, Jasper, if you want to take your, you said you had 6,000 credits at the start of this.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to take your 6,000 back, I'll take the rest of that.
Realistically, Jasper's bought everything he's gonna buy, so he'll give you the 14K back. That leaves Jasper with 447. He really does not buy much anymore. I've got 2 vibroblades. I've got throwing knives. I'm solid.
Okay.
So
You don't like party?
side note, surprise, none of them have ships, so they can't help you with that. But you could always talk to the Pikes, or don't worry about it because you have the bare minimum of what you need between the 2 ships.
I'm not necessarily worried. We have the bare minimum to get everyone there.
Yeah, I think we got it. I was hoping for us to get 50. We hit 50.
53
Woo!
plus you guys, so not quite 60 people.
Which is good.
Someone will be able to take a nap every once in a while.
Me.
the Wookiee says, I ain't doing Jack Diddley. I am Bayguard number 3. Leave me alone.
You
But-
know what they say? Let the Wookiee sleep.
Let sleeping Wookiees lie. So, I think we could have a little interview with each of the ones we plan on keeping. Take them aside one by one. You know, once we're in space and away. And I don't know how they're split on the ships, but I mean, obviously, Fade can do on her ship if she wants, but just take them one by one alone and say, okay, so listen, this mission has ISP connections, and we're going to run your name through the ISP database. Are you going to pop back up for anything connected with the ISP? And
ISB?
see, yeah, what ESP?
ISB.
ISB. Sorry, ISB. So, are you going to pop with the ISB? Because if you're part of the ISB and you're not in our faction, our leader's not going to be happy about that. And we'll have to drop you someplace before you find out about any more information. You won't be told anything else. If you try and lie your way through and you get caught, you will die. ISB does not mess around. Do you have any connections whatsoever, good or bad, with the ISB? Are you in their database? Will you pop up as anything? And just give them that and give them a chance to maybe we can smoke out a rat.
Or freak them out.
Well, because it also makes it seem like we're still doing Imperial business, right?
Right.
I'm
that
pretty
was the
sure
whole
they-
point
they-
of us.
Yeah, tell them about the ship, and no one. I said, let's not pull that trigger yet, because I don't want to give them more. Because the more we make this seem sketchy, the more they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the opposite. When you bring up the secret police, people tend not to ask more questions because you just happen to disappear and no one ever asks any questions.
So, to be fair, like out of the 50 that we've hired, like 35 of them or 40 of them just want to get the frig off the planet. Like,
Right, that's what I'm saying. The ones we had
they
to
don't
pay,
care.
or you said the ones we want to keep future. Like out of those 23, we want to have the conversation with them.
Yeah, we can vet them after we do this. Like, we still need them.
Yeah, we're that could be done afterwards. I say I feel like getting a little ahead on because we still have to get the ship.
Yeah, I like
And
where your
everything
head's
else.
at. I just
Are we going from here to the ship, or are we going from here back to the organization?
well, we have to go to
We gotta go.
we have to
Solus
land
either way.
outside of the we have to go outside of the rebel where the rebels are, and then take our personal vehicle there to talk to them and get the information that they have.
Well, and I'm gonna mention this one more time. They don't know you. You had to find them. You have no information. You just know they're somewhere nearby they're on Solstice somewhere, and you're supposed to infiltrate their base, right? The mission is not necessarily to be nice to the rebels. It is to find them on Solstice. And just so happens that you're already there, and there's a ship he wants you to steal at the same point. So he's trying to kill two birds with one stone with one crew. So two totally separate missions, potentially.
Right.
I'm really good at killing people, so
I would hazard
Yeah.
that I am too.
I
Killing
think-
people in frame boxes. We know your skill set.
Yeah, I think we're all efficient at killing people. I just
I don't think any of us are efficient at talking with people though.
but
Run's
we
good at
need the
talking.
information. We need that. We need the information. If we don't have the information, getting this ship is going to be a lot more difficult.
How did they break in? What was their pattern? What
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Oh.
we need to.
Oh, the ship that got stolen was not stolen on Solstice.
Oh,
Yeah, totally somewhere else. Phoenix Squadron yoinked that. It was like an episode on Rebels, y'all.
Oh,
But
I
no,
don't know nothing about no rebel.
but no, the one on Solstice is being built currently and isn't being crewed or supplied, so it'll be the easiest for you guys to get in there enough to have to kill 200 to 400 people. You know,
Hmm.
you're talking a normal security crew on a newly built ship is, maybe 50 dudes. You guys are good killers. You can take out maybe 50 dudes.
Send dudes. You mean nudes? No, dudes. I'm in a fight.
There's about to be holes on the inside of of my brand new ship.
Don't get me started. I'll cry.
From me, because I'm the one with the bombs. Anyway,
Okay,
You
so
guys,
I'm looking. Sorry, I'm looking for Solstice now to see where it's at. Solstice, here it is, right in the center of all the important stuff. It's not far from Crate too. All right, so Solstice is 17 M17. We are in M11. So starting at M11.
Should be B17 and bingo.
Hey, look here. I didn't pick this one. All right, so going from there to there, our hyperdrive, we're going to do our slow hyperdrive of 2 because that's our slowest ship. It will take 3 days and 12 hours to get from Corellia to Solstice. Which means our speedy ship probably gets there in about half the time, so you guys will get there a day ahead of time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. No Astro check needed.
You guys will still need to do that because it might add or take away time. But
Okay.
I was getting the numbers down for me first.
All right. I was just curious because I just rolled.
And I'm being mean. You're getting a setback die, and I'm getting a setback die, though I get to negate mine, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Which I think you also get to negate one of yours because you also have the galaxy map or whatever. Because you get the 50% faster ability. Ooh, a triumph. Three successes versus 2 failures and a setback. I'm good, and with that cancels that out. I can cut a day off, so I fly just as fast as you guys do, depending on how well you roll.
1 success, 6 advantages.
1 success, 6 advantages. Okay, so you go very, very fast. But the surprising bit is there happens to be a Wayland medium transport with you the entire time. Run is fucking booking it. You know how you guys were not feeling good and kind of queasy on the other ship? Yeah, now there's the 50 plus dudes that are on the Wayland are just like dying because Run is over here like, we did it before, we're gonna do it again. Ah!
They're like, what's wrong with these people?
They're too sick to ask questions by the time we get into orbit. Okay, so Solstice. Solstice is a smoke-covered lava planet, right? That is mainly used for imperial manufacturing. They make big ships here. I think this is also technically where the Mon Calamari ships were crafted. Maybe not. I don't remember. There was a ship that was built here that's important. I got to look at the lore. Which I will pull up shortly.
Something calamari.
Calamari. Mon Calamari. All right, I'll look that up later. Solstice. SUL. Solistan, sorry. That is the name of the planet. Solistan. Nope, that's a race. How do I spell this? Be my mapping. SULLUST. You're gonna make me go the long way, huh? How dare you? So I gotta go to Stolistan, then go to Wikipedia, to then go to Solstice. Some bull. Anyway, so as we look at our handy dandy descriptors of stuff and things, that's not quite there yet. New order. Okay, cool. So for the most part, Solstice it's under Imperial control, but it's relatively peaceful. It's actually a fuel producing planet for the most part, minus the places where we talked about where stuff was built.
Okay.
Yeah, actually. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah. So it's a known place for starfighter hubs, and obviously they're building the big ship here. But it is definitely under Imperial control, but it is a quote unquote peaceful planet at this point. Things don't kick off until 0 BBY, which we are like 2 or 3 years from. So we're doing okay. I think technically in our timeline we're a 3 BBY, which is years before Yavin.
Wow. Even.
But yeah, that's probably all the information you guys really need. Is there anything else you want to know about it?
I mean, are there any?
Sorry, I should note that there are both on ground factories, right, that produce the fuel and ships and things, and there are also space yards.
I'm assuming that this big ass ship would be being built in space.
That's a very safe assumption. But the rebels that you guys are finding are on the planet.
Right. So are there any bits of like either factories or warehouses or anything like that that have been like recently abandoned, or any areas that look like a settlement could be, but there isn't one previously recorded?
So you guys don't really have any major information on Solstice itself. So you guys want to spend a day or two mapping the planet?
I mean, is there like an equivalent to the internet
I
that we
mean,
can use to
there-
look information up?
There would be, but it's not necessarily reliable, and it'll just have basic information like, here's a major place. You know what I mean? They're not going to show this is probably where the secret rebel base is.
Well, no, that's why I'm asking specific questions about specific landmarks that.
Right. I'm telling you, the information that you have access to will not give you any of that kind of stuff. It'll give you major locations that you can land at and spaceports to go to, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Could we scan for like frequencies that don't match Imperial stuff?
That would take you a considerable amount of time. I mean, if you think
Oh,
you
that's
guys
fair.
could do it in your ship, you know, the Empire literally is here all the time, and they have monitoring stations, kind of thing.
I mean, to be fair, Junk also does have the rebel frequency.
You do have a rebel frequency for sure. You could look at that. That would make more sense. I would give you a chance on that
Yeah.
one. But just randomly scanning out in the blue to hopefully find something that's out of place is not reliable. But having a pointed piece of information might be a better choice. Not a guarantee, but a possibility.
Sure.
Do you want Junk to do that then, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Junk.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I am going to make you make a. I'm deciding if it would be a computer check, a streetwise check, or a world knowledge check.
For comm stuff.
Feel like the best choice would make sense would be computers because you're doing computer stuff. I know that's your strong suit, but I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna shoot the monk and let you do your thing.
Okay. What are we looking at for difficulty here?
Okay, so you have pointed information, so I'm gonna give it a boost die just because you have extra stuff about it. And we're gonna make this
Mhm.
a we're gonna make this a basic formidable, so five purple check.
Okay.
Just because it's imperial encrypted messages, they're not, or sorry, rebel encrypted messages. It's not gonna be something super easy.
All right, that's fair.
And I'm a mean DM and using a dark side point, so at a setback, and you might be able to get rid of it with your abilities, but you're getting one. Gosh dang
Yeah, I'll take that and then toss it to the side.
it.
Okay. And okay, so it's going to be 1 green, 4 yellow, 1 boost die, and 5 purple. Oh wow, that almost ended badly. 1 success, 1 advantage.
Woo!
There are a lot of cancellations on this page.
All right, that's good enough. So as you scan the frequencies, it takes you about a day and a half before you finally find something. Like your crew in the back is just like, "What is taking so long?" But searching. You know what I mean? You're doing the best that you can.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. You find something that you think and are pretty sure is a rebel communication outpost, like you've seen in other sectors. It's not exactly the same as the other ones that you've seen. It definitely doesn't match, but it is a very similar setup.
Right.
But at this point, we're almost at the 3 hour mark, and I really gotta go pee. So we're gonna listen to Junk's theme song one more time and take another potty break. Be right back.
I was left for scrap, but I slipped through the cracks. Threw me in the trash, but now I'm back. Airlock launched, thought I'd meet my end. Now I'm in the game, making moves again. Ain't no stopping me once the wheels hit the ground. But you'll hear me coming when I'm tearing it down. Marked as parts, but I won't be ignored. More than your junk, I'm the whole damn drawer. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. Criminal life, yeah, they pulled me in. Found out quick, I was built for the sin. Sneaking past guards, door slide with ease. Throwing frag grenades like a breeze. You say I'm nothing, but I act like I'm tall. Big energy, I'm out for it all. I wasn't made for the scrap of the bin. I'm lighting up space, let the chaos begin. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. Wires crossed, but my drive's intact. Unhinged, yeah, I'm known for that. Stealth when I need it. On missions I roam, slip through blaster doors, make myself at home. Rust in my gears, but I'm never down. I'll take what's yours and leave without a sound. Marked for dismantle, but I'm still here. Rolling through life, cutting through fear. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small droid, big plans, just wait and see. I'm a droid of disaster, can't you tell? Breaking the rules, raising some hell. Parts in the pile, but I'm more than that. I'm the one they'll regret throwing out back. Trash heap warrior, built for the grind. Surviving the odds, I'm one of a kind. No reset button, no end in sight. I'm just getting started, ready to fight. Slicer king, crack the system wide. Blaster doors open, no need to hide. I'll hack your grid, take what I please. Security falls, I move with ease. Turrets drop dead, alarms won't blare. I slice through the code like I just don't care. Not just brute force, I'm smart with the tech. Digital chaos, what did you expect? I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small Troy, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small Troy, big plans, just wait and see. I'm JUNK, don't count me out. Surviving the system, flipping the route. Wheels keep turning, I'm breaking free. Small Troy, big plans, just wait and see. Wait and see. Wait and see.
Bada bing, bada boom. The song doesn't get worse when you listen to it. I think it's the best part about it. That's on the constant playlist, and no one gets upset. Bless you, child. I don't know if you guys can hear Machine Gun Kelly in the background over there, but he is just sneezing like crazy. But neither here nor there. Yeah. Imperial watchdogs are not as good as junk, and you all should recognize that. Junk is the code finder, the wavelength understander, the rebel hound dog.
If you go by the song Slicer King.
Slicer King. I like that. I like that.
I like that. I like that.
So,
Hey,
everyone back?
Yep.
we have been talking since you've been gone, and the council has decided.
Yeah, I'm listening.
What was the decision? I'm so confused.
So we were talking about, do we want to go in hot and like be like, yo, we're taking this information, or do we want to go in and be like, hey, listen, I know we're not in the greatest standing with you, but we have an opportunity to screw with the Empire. We're gonna take one of their big ships. It's gonna you know, they're gonna come after us. You know, this could be like a favor for you guys.
Or an opportunity for you guys to do something else, you know.
Well,
like
we have
no,
no option.
like
Because they'll be
it's a great
distracted with that.
opportunity to have a, you know, make the most out of any disaster, right? Like, oh no, there's this big terrible thing happening. It would be a real shame if you guys just talked to an ammo depot or something, you know.
Be a real shame if you blew up one of the factories on the planet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it could be a diversion to let them do something. Exactly. I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, angry over there.
So
okay, so that is definitely an option to bring that up to him. Be like, hey, we're going to do some stuff that's going to mess with the Empire. If you happen to cause some havoc, we would be eternally grateful. Would owe you a favor with whatever your bargaining chip is. Okay. Or you rush in there and you say, hey, we're taking your junk. You either help us or GTFO. But I'm gonna say this: if junk can find a rebel frequency hidden in the middle of the planet, buried underground, so on and so forth, where it's at, it won't take him much effort to find an Imperial shipyard that's building a Quasar class carrier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had to say, we could just skip the rebels entirely. We don't have to fight with them. We can just.
Yeah.
well, now that brings up something that I've wanted to talk about with this group for a while. Do we give a crap about Empire or rebels, or are we literally? Is it literally just like money is the talker?
You're telling me
Honestly-
there's a ruler besides money?
Honestly, I thought it was real funny if we were actively just trying to cut out our own chunk of space, not part of the rebellion or the Empire or the
Okay.
Huts.
Yeah,
We're just
Okay.
trying to.
I'm down for whatever. I just wanted to know, like, because a lot of times when people play games, they're like, we're the heroes, we're the good guys, we're doing the things to stop the bad
No.
people, and
Mm-mm.
we have pissed off the Rebel Alliance so much in just 11 sessions that they really don't like us.
That's fine.
So I'm like, as long as we're not the bad guys, I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, no.
Never claimed to be the bad guys, but I also don't claim to be the good guys.
Yeah, we're not Billie Eilish. It's
I pay to be the paid guys.
About to say we should definitely give them a heads up and be like, hey, there's about to be a kerfuffle up in the skies. You guys want to go deal with some stuff down there
yeah.
while we're drawing people away, then go do that.
So, side note, your ISB contact wants you to infiltrate, which means actually get into their base. You have found it for sure, or at least what you think it is. Once you confirm that that's the actual location and not just some, one-off communication tower or something silly, you can dip, right? Once you get confirmation that that's where they're at, you don't have to stay there. Again,
Oh, we have definitely already confirmed that this is where it's at. Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
It could be a communication tower. It could be a communication tower that junk is pinged. So it might not be the actual base itself. It could just be a communication tower on the planet that is connected to the base.
And the other option is there might be more than one rebel place, right? That they hang out at. So if you give them, hey, this is where they're at, and they're in Tuesday's bunker instead of Wednesday's bunker, then it'll look like they missed. You know what I mean? And you guys gave bad information. And you have a strong feeling that you don't want to give your officer Quintet bad information. The man is willing to sacrifice a Quasar class carrier to a group of yahoos. Imagine what he'd do to the group of yahoos that failed him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we give him information that can lead to a miss. That's fine.
Will they ever know that they missed though if they just drop a Moab? You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't there be two bases? Like, oh yeah, we gave you good information, but it's not like you dropped a Moab on it and you killed everyone who was there, but there was another base. You just told us to find the base.
I will answer this question. This is something you guys would know in character, especially because you have a couple Imperial previous Yahoos. They don't just drop Moabs. That's unless they are scorching a planet, they don't just fire from orbit, right? At least not at this point in the Empire. The rebels have not become enough of a problem to warrant that. They're getting close. We're on the precipice, right? There is definitely
I don't
enough...
think the Empire could ever just do something where they would just casually do something to throw a massive megaton bomb at a planet.
Right.
There's no evidence
none yet.
They would try to do anything at large scale to any planet.
I will say this: your ISB director currently is not General Tarkin, and is not following Tarkin doctrine. He is a strike force. Cut out the issues he needs because he wants to use them in the future. This man is thinking for the future, not for the present.
So you're saying he's not going to call in an airstrike of any kind or precision missile strike? Or...
I mean, unless he needs to.
So they're putting boots on the ground.
Probably, yes. Which is why they want you. It would make sense that that's the plan. That's why he wants you to confirm it. And I mean, the word. And to be fair, the word he said was infiltrate, which generally means you make friends and are part of the group, and then escape kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm a Wookiee, right? And these people aren't against Wookiees, and I have bonuses to sneaking into places now that I am a survivalist, and to track down targets.
So you're saying we just drop pod the Wookiee on the planet and be like, "Good luck, man."
I mean, to be fair, go ahead.
He said,
"It's just a hell dive."
Well, to be fair, if we showed up with a Lambda and then showed them that we defaced it with a sexy Wookiee, I'm pretty sure that that's going to give us some bonus points. We took an Imperial ship, we painted a Wookiee in a bikini on it, And
We hired a bunch of failed cadets,
yeah,
and we're now going to steal their ship.
yeah, we have plans to steal one of their ships with a bunch of their like this. We're just constantly spitting in the eye of the Empire.
At the command of a droid.
At the
Yeah.
command of a droid.
Never mind the fact that we've killed like dozens of your people. Like that's
What's a
who
couple
even said
dozen in
that?
the big scheme of things? Are you going to start an intergalactic war over it?
And it's
Well,
we're
come on.
listen, we're just warming up to steal a Star Destroyer.
Come on,
Okay,
these rebels are such cowards. They'd have to lose an entire planet before they ever did anything.
right? Oh
Wah wah.
man. Oh man.
Like the only
But
Yeah,
actually, in the movie Rogue One, it kind of showed that, right? That they were like, "Oh no, we can't have to hide."
I mean, let's be honest here. I think if we just go in and talk to them and tell them exactly what we're doing, I think they'll be really cool with it. And I think at the very least we can say, "Hey, listen, you don't even really have to help us. We're just giving you an opportunity to know this is what we're gonna do. There's gonna be a lot of attention up there. It could be prime opportunity, like what Fade and Tariff were saying. It's gonna be prime opportunity for you guys to do something down here."
Do we have any extra beer that we can bring them? You know, oh, good faith. Here's a beer.
I mean, you might want to go buy some beer. You're on a new planet. You probably will
Yes,
grab
we're
some.
on a planet.
We're gonna say
We're on a volcanic, like a super volcanically active planet. Um, actively, gonna just scorch and make everything gross.
they're biolabs. But
Some
as a
dry
note,
ass
you might want to add these two planets to your list of beer required places.
Beer required, please.
Again, that's kind of a background function. Every time we go to a planet, we pick up new beer because there's a mission that requires it. So we just have a cooler half full on the ship at all times.
I'm going to buy a temporary portable cooler so that we can transport this beer directly to these people in good faith, so that they don't get hot, steamy beer. Covered in ash. I will put duct tape around it so as to prevent ash from entering it.
I'm gonna put this politely. You guys won't go out in the ash. That's how you die. Go out in the ash for more than like 5 minutes, you're dead.
Yeah.
I know they show them running around on the planet surface in like Battlefront 1 or 2. They weren't out there for long. They're getting shot. They're running from cover to cover. They're not staying out on the planet surface. A poor choice to do so.
Say,
But
you got
jokes aside, you don't have to worry about that. I was just saying a note because we do have a quest that is collect beer. Write down the two planets we've hit tonight to make sure the list grows.
Yeah.
When did that quest get assigned?
We've been doing it.
I think we have to get like a total of 10.
We can also move through terrain or manage environmental effects and decrease overland travel by half with
That's
me and your
important.
party.
That's important.
Nice. So, do we want to go talk to the rebels then, or do we just want to say screw it and focus on the one task? Because if we're here, we might as well double dip. That's my opinion.
I say we at least get confirmation. If we don't talk to them, we don't talk to them, right? But if we get there and confirm and sneak in and sneak out, we're good to go. This is run talking, not the DM. Like, my opinion is we get there, get the information, go talk to Quintet, let him know, and then head on to the next task. Oh, right, because what are we... Did he tell you what we're getting paid or what we're doing to get this information for him?
I think he's given us the cruiser or carrier.
But they're two different missions, right?
I don't think he ever specified.
They never do.
You're correct. He did not specify.
So, whatever he plans on giving us, I guess.
a ship, a very
A very large ship. That's fair.
We may or may not have information in regards to that particular task, dependent upon his answer of what he's going to give us for it.
I will politely suggest you don't try to negotiate with the director.
There's a reason why Fade has just been going, Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger.
Okay, so rebels. I'm gonna DM push this forward. You guys are gonna go talk to the rebels. How do you talk to the rebels, or do you not talk to the rebels and you're going there? But how do you handle the situation?
I
I'd
give
say
him
very
4
politely.
cases of beer.
Okay, so you buy 4 cases of beer to have a friendly conversation with your local rebels. I don't think this could go wrong at all. Let's roll a force die. Dun, 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 dun. Are all of you
they're
going?
just Boy Scouts, right?
Are all 6 of us going? Or anyone staying behind? I know we have an entire ship worth of people are like, why did we land?
I will go, since most of those people that are on the ship probably don't really like don't really have
Warm fuzzies for the rebels.
vibe. Yeah.
Does Junk have to go with the group?
Not
No.
necessarily. But
I
you
know
are kind
Junk's
of
the
like,
one that's like got the signal. Yeah, I know. That's what
I mean,
I'm just
you can
concerned
just
that
give
we're
that
gonna
to
come
the-
back and our ships are gonna be gone.
It's a possibility, but as I said before, you have 23 people amongst the 50 that you're pretty sure are solid individuals.
Okay.
They're more.
Yeah.
It's more likely that you now that we're on a different planet, people are like, "All right, deuces, I can find a new ship from here." More than they're gonna take your ship because they see all the guns and weapons that you guys have on the Lambda and the Wayfarer and go, "Ah,
Explosives. Lots of
serious."
explosives.
We are taking care of some preemptive business before we start our main mission. That's all you have to say.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, then yeah. I was just worried about yeah.
I have to say,
That's
we don't know where the ship's being built at yet, so we can always,
as a note, that is a fair concern. DM to player. Good idea. I'm gonna tell you, don't worry about it though.
Okay.
I don't have enough negative force die to be like, haha, fuck you, you lose your ships.
Yeah. Then yeah, Junk's down to go with the group.
Okay. So I was rolling a light side, dark side force point to see how well the beer routine goes over. Because you're literally taking it to where the signal is at and hoping that that's a secret underground base.
Just like knocking on a
100%, 100% is just like a building in the middle of a city district. Like you're just walking in under the dome
even
and like,
better.
this is definitely a rebel base. Hopefully, your guys' ships are parked in an external hangar bay on this area. Okay,
What's up, my rebels?
What's going
that
on?
can I get an odd even roll to see if you actually said that or not?
An odd even roll?
Yep, odds you didn't, even you did.
Hey, Taylor.
Dog, why biting me in the butt?
What did you say? Odd, I didn't, even I did.
Correct.
You said that shit.
All right. Just rolling a d20 here. That is a 19.
Okay, so you did not say "What up, my rebels," which is probably the best course of action. You knock on the door, and the eye slit zoops open. It sees a Wookiee with what looks to be cases of something standing out front.
It's beer.
You see a very confused looking face through the eye slits, younger, and it shuts in. You, hey, did someone order beer?
DoorDash.
Opens the bit up again. Why do you have beer there, giant Wookiee friend?
It's a delivery for the inhabitants of this building.
YP
Uh,
freely.
You got to do it in your translator voice.
Yeah.
It's a delivery.
It's a delivery.
oh my god, this one doesn't even speak Wookiee. What? Who said beer and how much did you bring?
I have a total of 4 cases of 32 packs, however many that is. And it is given in as a gift. It is a gift, and I was told to deliver it here.
It's a reason why we're got the lady from Monsters Inc. talking.
Yeah, like it's the
Uh,
flag lady.
Oh, it's his modulator. That's right.
um,
Jesus Christ.
What?
so
A big
there's
delivery
some
for me.
arguing in hullabaloo, and the door opens, and you see 6 people sitting on the far side, all holding heavy blaster rifles at you.
That's a lot of guns. Where would you like me to put these cases of beer?
You just bulldog your way in, like, and not worry about the guns pointed at your face.
I just carry it and I nonchalantly say that. Like, where would you guys like me to put the beer?
Oh man, they start blasting.
Okay.
Already.
Oh God.
Where are they blasting at?
Your face.
They hit me?
Hashtag.
Okay, do
Are
I
they-
get
are they
partial
doing, like,
cover from all
warning
this
shots,
fucking
or-
beer?
No. The Wookiee just walked in with the cases of beer, and they said, "Nah, fam, no Wookiee."
How was that threatening?
Yeah, like
Wookiees?
my hands are
Because-
here.
Have you ever
Like,
seen a
he's
Wookiee?
literally carrying 4 cases of beer.
I'm
So
asking where they want me to put it, since they just opened the door entirely.
Okay, you guys have to
here
remember
is-
that Tariff over here. Tarful's the wrong name.
Taruf.
Taruf, is intimidating AF. He's a big Wookiee for a Wookiee, and that's saying
Can Jasper be like, whoa, hold on.
no.
Damn it.
The pew pews have already started. He took 2 steps and they started firing. I don't know what
They didn't
kind
even
of...
say wait or stop or hold up or anything. They just started firing.
I feel like the 6 guns pointed at you should have been enough of a don't
Yeah.
on this one.
Question, DM. Can I
Yes.
take this opportunity to use my ability to knock out everybody by throwing systems of like my beer cans and my container at all of these dudes and just incapacitate them? Not kill them, but use my ability to instead incapacitate them.
Sure, we'll do that. I won't even get the map ready because all these yahoos are technically minions. But
I have
but you're gonna take 6 shots first.
I'll take 6 shots. How much damage did they do on a shot?
I don't know because they still have to hit you.
Yep.
Wait, why are you taking shots when you have beer? That doesn't.
Ha. Ridiculous, a lot of you. All right, so we got
why did you have to
these.
say delivery? We literally
Shots
live
of beer's not a
we
bad
just
thing.
want to talk to you guys. So we brought beer to talk to you with.
Oh, by the way, you guys have to pay for the said beer, so I'm gonna need you guys to pull off. I don't know, 320 credits.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Karoff can pay that because
I'll pay it. It was my idea.
Hey, out of here. Get out of here, dog. There's nothing under my desk. Go away.
What is the maximum amount of damage they can deal per shot?
I am figuring that out right now.
Well,
God, this is how Karoff dies.
Dude, do you know dodge?
going aside, I'm gonna have to throw in one of my big grenades. What's the problem?
And then I'll have to use my dice roller thing.
All right. I'm gonna make one more roll to determine what style of minions these guys are, or no? What is? Let Let me maximize this so I can see what they technically count as. Okay, so I got 6 rolls to make. Using a handy dandy. We'll just use a D6, and this will determine how many of these people are veterans, which are the version of better versions of regular rebels. None of them. Congratulations.
Nice.
Which, I mean, is good for you because you can only kill 2 rivals at a time. So.
Yep.
All right. So your regular minions here, damage that they can do, is 9, and then they're rolling 2v2 with a upgrade die, and I'm burning a dark side point for each of them. So they all get an extra boost. On a plus note, you guys don't have any dark side points anymore. Okay.
And these each count as separate attacks?
Correct.
Okay.
First attack. Hits. Just 2 with an advantage. Next attack. Ooh, oh, an extra point of damage, so 10 on that one.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2. That one misses, but have advantage on the next shot. You don't have any range defense, right?
No, not range defense. Just
Okay.
melee.
That's 11 more points of damage on shot number 4. And I've lost dice. Son of a gun.
You're to the heart, and you're to blame.
I've dropped
You
the purple
did
dice, so
it.
you'll never find it. It's too dark under my desk. Oh, wait, no, there it is. Oh, I didn't need a flashlight. That's covered in dog hair, but whatever. Oh, wow, that dude's gonna be stress shooting you, but he hits you for 2. So that's another 10. And our last roll, you might be dead, friend.
Be dead.
2. Cancel. And the last guy misses, but will have advantage.
Okay, so every attack that dealt 9 or less deals no damage.
From you have 9
I'm
soak?
only hit by attacks that I have 9 soak.
How? From what?
From brawn, armor, and enduring.
Oh, okay. Enduring, good. Solid combo.
So
Chacha,
I believe I took 4 points of damage.
A whole 4 point. Yeah, I think that's it. That sounds about right. Dang.
Yeah, and then I will proceed the next 2 turns throwing beers and hitting them over the head with cases and just absolutely thrashing like the ridiculous stuff, like not like anything like super important, but like if there's anything like a random coffee mug or whatever, I'm just like hunking it at people or taking their rifles and beating other people with them.
A world's best dad mug.
And then I'm going to take a moment to like with my Rick blade like carve into the floor like Tarif was here to deliver beer and you chose violence. Dumb.
Okay. I'm just gonna allow it because again, the 6 dudes that are on guard duty here that you just kick their ass, their friends are gonna show up and be like, "What the fuck?"
So, just for narrative purposes, right? They open up the door. Tariff walks in with the cases of beer. They open fire. The rest of us still standing at the door. Watch Tariff just go batshit on these dudes, throwing beer at them, smashing their heads together, knocking them all out unconscious. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yep, that was
100.
that was the sequence of events. Now that there's no one
Love it.
guarding the front door, you guys could go further into this little place, or you could just be like, "All right, we know it's legit. Let's GTFO." Hold up, y'all. I'm having real bad connection issues. Give me a second. Oh, we lost somebody, and he's back. Oh, we lost another person. Oh,
You're going all.
yeah, it's going pretty wild over here. I don't know what's going on.
You're you're spinning. Okay, back.
Okay, I
Okay.
just lost all of you individually at least twice before you came back online. That was wild.
Yeah, there was a weird like the server connection went red.
Yeah.
That was silly.
I was gonna say the FBI agent over here was like, "Hey, hi, hi." I just hope it didn't mess up our notes taker. Guess we'll find out. Good thing we're almost done with the session. Okay, so you guys beat everyone up, knock everyone out, leave your message.
Well, it's not just this room, right? Like there's more to this than just the entrance, right?
you could assume that yes, this is a good sized building that probably holds triple the amount of people, if not more.
Is there like a comms thing for like people at the front to like give a heads up to people in the back?
No, but it wouldn't be unreasonable for them to have hand communicators.
All right. Junk would like to take one of those up and basically say,
Hi there. So we're here to help, and we were shot at. Your guards are unconscious. We also have beer. I don't know how much of it is still good, but if you would like some, we have a proposition. We are armed, but we are not well, we're not a threat.
Speak for yourself there, Junk.
Powerful
gonna
say
say-
there's approximately 45 unbroken beers.
I was gonna say we're armed but we're not dangerous, but that is a blatant friggin' lie. So I was like, we're not a threat.
Okay, I will roll another dice to see how that's taken via the comps. Did you say beer?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Why didn't he
Roger,
answer the
Roger.
damn door?
You see three rebels of various species pop out the back room, weapons ready, look around the chaos and go, "Are they dead?"
No.
Oh,
It was just a
Surprising.
big misunderstanding.
yeah, I see that. Look, I don't know who you are. I don't really want to know. I will take your beer, and we'll just call it even. You leave. Don't talk about us. Don't say nothing. If we need something, we'll find you. What's your name? He points at who he thinks is talking, which happens to be Fade, because that's the only robot-looking person that he can see at eye level.
I'll pick up junk with my hand and be like, they are the ones speaking.
Gives a little wave with one of his telescopic hands.
You
My
should lay the
God!
pistol.
My God, is that a mouse droid?
Roger,
That is
Roger.
correct.
Why does a mouse droid have a voice? That's wild.
I know, right?
Oh my God, it speaks.
Oh my god. This is going so south so fast.
Yeah, we're not a normal crew. We just wanted to let you know that there's a quasar that's being constructed, and we intend to mess with it. So,
It's ours. We call dibs.
yes,
In
we're gonna
that-
steal it.
In that it means there's going to be a bit of a kerfuffle up there. In case you guys have any plans, might be a good time to do it during that kerfuffle.
And who are you guys?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna give credit where credit's due, we got to know who you are.
Do we have a group name?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, not the syndicate. Not the syndicate name.
Well, there's
Yeah,
that,
well,
but our crew is also the Forgotten.
God damn. Jasper refuses to use that name. He's just like, don't worry about it. We don't need credit.
Just if you guys have something in the works, really soon is gonna work.
Okay.
Just know that we've worked with people that have your political stance before.
I'm gonna like kind of shoot a message over
So,
to Drunk and be like,
You see, one of them says, "You got a talking droid and a B1 battle droid. That ain't no stance I have." Freaking clank.
No, but we
"Did you just don't?
easy,
How
easy
dare
fade,
you?
easy fade. We aren't here to kill
Were you
them.
there? Were you there?"
Junk, while being held by Fade, starts like trying to hold Fade back with its little tiny telescopic
I
arms.
remember the last time somebody had a problem with my species too. They shot me as soon as I brought beer.
Okay,
Okay.
I just want you to know
This is all kinds of stuff.
the voice that you're using right now is giving heavy Torbeck vibes. It's driving
Oh,
me
from
crazy.
Legends. Yeah.
Even better. Thank you. I didn't even realize.
Torbeck lives in garbage.
It's so
Anyway.
close.
Fade
We're
is
dangerously close to
very
copyright.
upset.
Use more of the old lady voice or something. I don't know. I
Boss?
need you to be less Torbecky.
Boss, it's okay. It's okay. They don't get it. They don't understand. We're on the precipice of doing something great here.
Run's gonna lean over and say, "Hey, boss, they'll get taken
Yes.
care of. You don't even gotta get your hands dirty."
Correct. Roger, Roger.
Roger. All right, gentlemen, it's been terrible knowing you. I hope you choke on that beer. We're out of here. We've done our obligation.
My name is Taraf. Goodbye.
Oh my god, you have a T name too.
And it's 2 syllables.
Oh no, we did this before they did. For the record.
You want to know what's crazy? Is my name is actually just a play on the word tariff.
Right.
Oh, that's
Crazy?
so silly.
It's wild. All right. Well, when stuff starts going on up in the space, within the next day or so, keep an eye out because maybe you can use it to your advantage.
They make a note, and you guys make your quote unquote.
Did we get the information we need from him?
And when we go to do our thing,
We have the
Junk's gonna
information we wanted to get from them, especially after that racist remark.
when we go to do our thing, Junk's gonna give them like a 6-hour heads up, through to like communicate to them.
You're just keeping that little communication device that you
Oh,
you
absolutely.
You're just stealing right out of one of
Absolutely.
their pockets.
Junk has stolen like 4 communications devices at this point. Like
You
it's
just-
just a hobby now.
Just integrating them into your system. One more rep. You're the Grievous of cell phones.
Once I
The
collect
most
all
dangerous
these
one's the
Nokias, I
Nokia.
will be the most powerful in the universe.
You collect 10 hand communicators that upgrades to a full communication suite.
So silly.
So, we're gonna push forward here. So you guys get back to your ship, and now we're gonna talk plans. And honestly, I don't think we're gonna get to the stealing of the ship tonight because we only got about half an hour. But before then, we can come up with what we plan to do for the thievery, the yoinky doinky, the I'm stealing this for later. Do you
The
guys?
Yabba Dabba Doop.
You guys could literally fly straight into its hangar if you fly well enough, right? It's a big enough hangar where both of your ships can fly in, land, you guys roll out and cause havoc. Or you could try to sneak in, you could try to break in, like land on top of the ship stealthily and fight your way through that way. But it isn't a dry dock, right? There are going to be guards on the outside, Once you get inside, it's a whole different thing. But if you can get to the ship stealthily, it might be okay. But then again, you got to get through all the Imperial security to get into the dockyard. But you do have the Lambda, and the Lambda does have a code breaker. So you might be able to disguise this. By the way, this is going to be Run speaking, not DM, right? We might be able to use our code breaker to escort our supply ship with emergency supplies to the ship itself, right? Like, what?
Yeah, we should 100% try to do this as quietly as we can until we get inside.
Because like once we get in and start causing havoc, we won't have long. And honestly, with these other yahoos that are with us, the less they have to see of the violence that's going to need to occur, probably the better.
The Wookiee charge.
Wookiee smash.
Let me carry a big shield. Can I carry a shield in front of me? Just shoot this so I get 4 more soak value.
I mean,
I do
100% an option. We'd have to buy it though.
I do like the idea of us being like, oh yeah, we're just escorting this cargo ship that's bringing supplies to this before you guys get ready for your maiden voyage or whatever.
Oh, I like the idea that, we land on there, we go guns blazing, and these people just realize, yeah, we're just stealing this now, and they're neck deep in it, and they're going to have to choose whether or not they're going to sink or swim.
Yeah, no, for sure. Once we land, yeah, but like to get into the ship.
Oh, yeah. Just
Also-
fly southeast space.
Also, as a side note, you guys don't really know how close it is to completion.
I mean, it's got to be close enough for us to steal it.
Right. So before you go in there, it might be worth seeing what systems are good to go and what's not good to go, and if there's any repair work that actually needs to get done before you can take off.
Yeah, we definitely need to scope this thing out. We cannot just rush in.
I would say, if I was to guess, unless it has some like greatly integrated weapon system, that the weapon systems are probably one of the last features that would be added, right?
You know what?
I mean, life support, travel systems, those are probably the first ones to get finished.
Like I feel like there's like an order of precedence of like making things, and like one of the last things is like put on the guns.
So
unless it's like part of the structural integrity of the vehicle, like, oh yeah, it has a giant cannon that's part of the center of it.
That's a load-bearing turret.
Yeah.
So you make that joke, but there are 2 forward-mounted light laser turbo batteries, right? And 2 fully mounted medium tractor beams emitters already on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's supposed to technically be some other stuff, but for in-game uses, that's all they have. But just as a note from that, they do 9 damage and have a crit of 3 and have a medium range, which in space is good distance. Like,
is 9 damage like 9 normal damage, or is that like
9 ship damage?
It's 90 damage.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I definitely can't soak that.
And it has breach 2, which is negative 10 armor. Or sorry, negative 2 armor, but negative 10 soak. Or sorry, negative.
Which is really
soak.
negative 20 armor.
Yeah, negative 20 soak. And then it also has slow firing, so you can only fire 1 per round.
I'm more interested in the tractor beams, honestly, because that's just dope.
Yep, it's tractor 4. The only downside is its range is short instead of medium. But you got to remember, medium on a ship is like from planet to ground.
Right.
That's medium range for a ship laser. Close range is like anything under a few miles. Space combat is silly.
So what do we want to do then? Because if we need to get some information on it, we will have to go on the ship and do some reconnaissance.
Can you do like a system sweep, like a radio system sweep or something? Range sweep?
Not from the ship. I would have to.
Can we throw
Or
junk at
like
it? and
visual
mag-
confirmation of like looking at it. Oh, they have this much armor plating put on,
So
or whatever.
it's funny that you asked that. You might be able to. Depends on the range of your guys' sensors. So again, going to our stats on our books here. Our handy dandy Lambda over here has a sensor range of short. So Lambda can't help at this point because it doesn't have boosted sensors. And then our Wayfarer has also short. So yeah, until you guys upgrade the sensor suites on either of those ships, we're gonna have to be relatively close for them to be able to do any kind of scanning.
I'm telling you, we throw junk at it with a magnet on a string so we hook on. Never see him coming.
What if we miss them? Yeah, we can
Well,
have
we can always
religion.
go pick him up. He's got to be bitching. He's got like 19 communicators.
I'll communicate with
Hey!
someone.
You missed.
We really miss. I'm in the planet's atmosphere, and that's how Junk died.
I am now
Yeah, we
in
know you're
orbit.
missed. We missed you so much.
You've got him on a magnet string. You throw him, and he's going good. Everything's perfect, and then the magnet hits a piece of junk that just happens to be flying by and fucking changes directions entirely.
Hey, you know what? We learned don't put electronics next to magnetics because that's
Right?
bad.
Yeah. Even worse. He slows down for the landing. The magnet just hits him in the back of the head and fries him. I feel like the alloy you're made out of negates most of the magnetism stuff that you need to worry about.
Probably.
Um,
But yeah, I'm interested in what everyone else thinks. I like the idea that Run put forward of us pretending to like be bringing in cargo or whatever.
I also like that.
Yeah.
If that's what everyone likes, then that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. So, do you guys want me to yada yada the scouting?
Well, not if we're throwing junk at him. I want to hear about that.
I mean,
Yeah, what-
I feel like we're about like we only have like 13 minutes left, and I feel like this is like a big thing.
It would be, yes.
Why don't we save it for next time?
We can, but I'm giving you guys the option to yada yada so we don't have to spend time getting the information for next time. You guys can just act.
I'm fine with the yada yada.
I want you all to
Yeah,
be
we
okay
can-
with it because if you guys want to role play,
Yeah, that's
I'm happy
fine.
to do so. Okay, I got 3 people yeses. You other 2 have opinions.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, so younger. All right, that's everybody. Everyone's okay with the yada yada. So with my rolls, you guys will know that one major system is 50% complete. The rest of everything is good to go. The major system that I rolled is
The cafeteria.
the hangar bay.
Oh hell.
So, all this means is that the hangar bay itself isn't pressurized. It might still have stuff in it. It's probably where the majority of the supplies are getting taken out of for the most part. But for some reason, the shields that make the would-be atmosphere are not up there. They are out of commission for some reason. You don't technically need those, but if those are out of commission, the rest of the shields are probably out of commission. For any of you mechanical people, know they're kind of both connected together.
Does it feel like they're just like it's a tech thing? Like the techs haven't like finished like connecting things and setting it up? Or is it just like we don't have enough power in the system to get the shields up over this right now?
So, you guys are using actual spyglass kind of style interpretations, and looking at things visually via the windows on your ships kind of thing, while sneaking up close enough because we don't have any connections on the inside, so you have no idea what the issue is. All you can tell is that there are no shields and there are no hangar bay doors currently sealed, right? So you guys will mostly be okay. Everyone in our group has some sort of spacesuit.
Except for a crew.
Right. So when you get out of the ship, you're gonna need to not leave them in the vacuum of space. So don't open the back door and hope for the best. So you guys will either need to. Sorry, I'll put it this way. For you guys to get your crew offloaded and into appropriate positions, you're going to have to pressurize the ship. Plus,
Or at least get them into an area that is pressure.
Correct. Yes. You guys can probably assume that the internal workings of the ship are pressurized. And just an explanation of the layout of the ship for you, really quick. So there's 4 main hangar bays, right? Each with their own systems and levers and all that. They connect to an upper bridge that is where all the mechanical stuff, where all the people's quarters are, where all the moving and grooving between stuff is, and then it goes to a lower deck that is the command deck that's kind of in the front of everything. You know how on a Star Destroyer they have the little communications tower on the top for doing all the stuff and the things? On this class of ship, it's on the underside and in front. And it's more built into a triangle-esque looking thing. Again, if you guys take some looks at the cool pictures that they have for them, they're actually a very interesting design ship. Side note, does anyone want to make a fun knowledge check or just general lore to tell you one of the major weaknesses of this style of ship?
Sure. What do we have to?
Just a knowledge check. It'll be we'll make it hard because this isn't necessarily known by everybody. Knowledge
Yeah.
lore.
A knowledge check
A knowledge check.
with my knowledge.
Is it knowledge
And-
lore?
Yeah. Is it? Sorry. What's the?
Or purple.
I got education and underworld in knowledge.
Gotcha. So this would be just knowledge lore. Yeah, it's its own category.
How many? How
I
many
got 2
purple?
green.
2.
Yeah, I got 2 green. Yeah, and a light side point because we have a ton.
Do you want to?
One success, 3 advantages.
Okay, so what? Before you roll, RJ, it sounds like Junk already rolled and did
Yeah.
good enough.
Fine.
Junk, with your what did you get?
1 success, 3 advantages.
Okay, cool beans. So you know that these ships have a tendency to have minor hull fractures after going into warp. So they're one of those ships that are kind of under constant repair whenever they hit warp drive. Something literally always breaks on these things. So this lack of shields / lack of the hangar bay doors being closed might be the result of something of that effect. So it might just need some kind of repair on the inside of the ship before you guys can pressurize it.
Okay. I think Junk would relate that to the crew and then ask, would you like me to go to try and see what I can do to fix it?
I think we gotta get in the hangar first. I mean, heck, if that's the issue, maybe that's what we fake our way into. Just saying we're bringing plastering parts or something like that. I mean, we do have some plastering kits in the ship, so it's not 100% a lie.
Yeah, so that we're here to help fix the hangar.
I am down with that plan.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, that's right.
Sweet. So we have a plan. We have an idea. Someone remember that for next time. Wahaha. At this point, I'm going to send our note taker away and do our final closing because I think this is a good place to stop. So we are a little under the 4-hour mark for once because usually we go way over. And then let's get our talky stuffy stuff for stuff and things, especially because we know one of you has doubled the stuff to talk about tonight. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the Gilded Nook entry.
Awesome. Well,
Before you talk, take off your voice modifier so everyone can understand you.
sorry.
You're good.
Well, you guys, if you guys have been enjoying this and the like, you guys should come and check out my little D&D show I have on Sundays. It's at youtube.com/The Gilded Nook. And then I do have another thing I'd like to try to talk to y'all about. I am currently working on a mech-based skirmish game, tabletop like skirmish game. It's called Mechs of the Waste, and I'm gonna be starting to upload some stuff on the Gilded Nook about that. So definitely check it out.
Which is exciting to hear. You did mention before the show that you're specifically looking for something. Do you want to mention that here too?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool beans. Then we'll keep that secret for now. Ha 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 ha. Anyone got anything else they want to mention? I take that as a no. Wahaha. We got stuff. We have an event this coming Saturday, and then we have Comic-Con next Saturday and Sunday. So if you're in Fairbanks, come check us out, see what we're doing in town. But the event this weekend is the Rigid Fairy Ball. So we'll be dancing the night away, and we'll be working in the Goblin Market, causing havoc, selling dice, doing stories, the usual. And then happy Valentine's Day. You guys did not fall in love. Oh, I totally forgot. Someone stole something else from the rebels, by the way. As you guys enter the ship later and are having your discussion, Run seems to be toying with some kind of baseball shaped item that he's just kind of tossing around absentmindedly. And one of you, I'm gonna roll for it. Who sees this? RJ,
Hey.
you recognize the thing that he is tossing around absentmindedly immediately, and duck in cover as it looks to be a thermal detonator.
Jesus.
It was on the table. We might need this later, I guess.
Well, at least no one fell in love.
Allegedly, you never know about the Wookiee. He's always making weird comments.
Speaking of this month's out of character, code is Heartbreak.
It is 100%.
No 907.
You're right. Heartbreak, all caps. Put it in the website. Get yourself 10% off the website. If it doesn't work, come yell at us. But 10% off, basically all the fun stuff that we sell. Anything else that we got coming up? We ordered more fancy dice. So for those of you that were worried we were going to run out, haha, we have more. They'll be here shortly. Actually, they've already shipped and we'll be at our doorstep before Comic-Con, so we'll be ready for that. Yeah, we got stuff and things. I got to talk to these yahoos about all kinds of stuff and things. With adventure in mind, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Bye.
Bye.
Here's the thermal detonator.
Thermal detonator.
Boom.
Boom. Explosions. We're gonna do this song because it's hype.
We were forged in the fire of a war left behind. Soldiers abandoned, cast out of their minds. The Republic is ash, the Empire takes hold. But we're thieves of their fleets, unchained and bold. We strike from the shadows, ghosts in their flight. The starships are ours before they ignite. No rebels, no saviors, just credits and flames. The ordnance rides and they curse our names. Sparks in the void, fire in the sky. We take what we want, leave wreckage behind. The ordnance flies, no rules to obey. We're the storm on the horizon, the ones they can't stay. Deserters, they cast us aside. Now we burn through their fleets and we steal their pride. From Kuwat's bright docks to the shipyards they claim. Every stolen cruiser adds fuel to our name. The Empire's a hammer, but we're not the nail. We'll light up the stars and watch their warships fail. We're not heroes, not villains, just chaos unbound. Explosions and freedom in the void we found. Sparks in the void, fire in the sky. We take what we want, leave wreckage behind. The mounted their fleets and we stoked the flame. Hyperspace routes were our battlegrounds. With every detonation, their empire unwound.